So this is like the hottest song right now. You wanna chill with the B-boys? So this song, I'm gonna chill with the B-boys. This is like the hottest song right now. So you wanna chill with the B-boys? You know, this is like one of the hottest song right now. In Afrobeats Central. So anyway, welcome to the live, guys. I am back from the motherland, and I am blessed to have visited Africa and back to the good old USA. A lot of things were learned, and we are back to do this live today, even though I was not prepared for it, but it's urgent, so we decided to just hello, hello. How are you? How are you? It's really a great pleasure to meet with all of you today. I actually brought some nice artwork from Africa that I'm gonna show you guys. And voila, voila, ha ha. So anyway, my old lady here, she's gonna be right here with the baby on the back. And how's everybody doing today? How's everyone? I hope you guys are doing well. I'm waiting for my guest Stefan to join, and so we can proceed to this very important discussion as it relates to investment in Liberia, specifically for this opportunity that we have, and we want to share with all of you to see how best we can all join to venture into something as great as this. Hello, my Liberian people. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you guys for tuning in and supporting this channel. As always, I am looking forward to Stefan joining this live so we can go ahead and talk about the opportunity that that we're scheduled for today. So I have a lot of content coming up. I will actually be going back to Liberia relatively soon. Um, I came back here because I have to take my exam with the state. And then after I have my license, I am going back to Liberia. So in the next 2 weeks, I will be taking my exam. And after my exam, I'm going to be relocating or packing my things and going to Liberia for some time before I return to the US. It's very crucial that I have this license. So whenever I need to practice as a hospital administrator, I can definitely go back to that. But as far as now is concerned, it's time to dedicate my time to my businesses in Africa. And that means I have to be going back there very soon and stay there longer than I have previously stayed. Okay, so that is the reason why I came back. If you guys are wondering, I was in Ghana and Liberia. I was in Liberia for a month, and I was in Ghana for a week, and I've gained a lot of weight. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, girl. Hey, 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 Nora. Hey, chilling with Dulce. Hello, all of you. I'm waiting for Stefan. That's really why we are still here. Okay. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? I think by now I should be not shy, right? But I'm still really shy when it comes to this kind of stuff. But we move. So yes, thank you for tuning in. Stefan has other numbers. We've already talked about this, but I don't want to just put things out there. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's a lot of the GB we're eating, the fufu, the bangkun, the jollof rice, the best jollof rice on earth. Palm butter, cassava leaves. Oh God, every day my cook was making something different. And then I come to good old USA and I'm cooking pepper soup. So tell me, isn't that life is just very unfair? So anyway, we still move. But yeah, okay, Stefan's on here now. Hello, 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 hello,
Yeah.
hello. Ho, ho, ho.
Hold on a second. Let me tell my brother we on too. Are we on? I was trying to call him earlier. Yo, I'll see.
Okay.
Now I was letting you know we're gonna what I was gonna talk to you about. We on live anyways. Yeah. So you can catch it or you can catch it in replay, or I'll give you a call when we get off. All right. Yep. So I was talking to the fam earlier
It's all good. Welcome,
about
welcome,
this.
welcome.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
So
Make sure I can
yes,
see the
yes, I
graphic
can hear
on the
you. I
screen.
can hear you.
All right. So what's going on?
Back to America,
Yes.
back to the land of
Yeah.
trading time. How
How
are
long
you?
was you at River total anyways? Because I feel
I
like
was in
you
Liberia for a whole month, and then Ghana
you
for
was
a
in Ghana.
week. Yeah, a
Dang,
week.
it was a month.
Yeah, a whole month.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gone for that long. So I had a good time and I got a lot accomplished.
Yeah. But I just feel when you go
Yes.
for like a long period of time.
It's very different though versus when you're there for like a week.
Right.
Typically when I go there for business, I go there 6 days, 5 days. But this time I went there for like a whole month. So a lot of resources, obviously, and get to see different things. So it was nice. Yeah,
Nice, nice. So
yeah,
what you
yeah,
said
yeah.
the difference? What's the difference when you go there for a week as opposed to when you go for a month or longer?
Yeah, so when I'm there for a week, like things are faster. I don't get to really revise some business plans nor, come up with new strategies as quickly. But this time, though, I was able to do a lot of training, new investment opportunities pop up. And so I had more time to do more of a study, across different communities and especially for this community thing. And I was going a lot to Brewerville. That's something
Uh,
that I didn't do previously.
yeah,
So yeah, yeah. So as you guys seen a lot of the videos, I was out there a lot. So
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
when you guys were going over there, you was parking at the beginning, at the
Yeah,
start of the community, and just walking down.
yeah, yeah. Most times we were just like stopping at the entrance, of the
Yeah,
community, just took a look at the land overall and, walk to the beach. One day though, I walked for 2 hours. The other oceanfront properties and,
yeah,
just chilling, observing. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
about to say it feels like what you said 20. You said a 20-minute walk or 15-minute walk from the very beginning of the community to all the way to the back to the beach.
I would say about, well, I walk faster. So I would say 12 minutes to the
12-minute
beach.
walk.
So yeah, so pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how much
Yeah.
something like that would cost to pave that road from the beginning all the way to the end.
Yeah, we gotta. I know for if you're doing the Corvettes and like just like dirt road, like red dirt. Um, I have to see the measurement. But we recently did a quote for a road that the construction company is about to do, and so that money was about $6,000 for the road. But I have to see the measurement to
Yeah,
see the distance from one point to the next. So I can't really say. If it's
right,
pavement, obviously it's different versus red dirt.
right.
Yeah.
Because I imagine they have to throw more soil and more rocks before they actually pave it.
Right, right, right. So,
Yeah,
yeah, so that's what we're doing for that other
yeah.
project. So we
That's
gotta
gonna be
see.
an agenda quick because we come from America. We ain't about to be walking for no 15 minutes.
No,
That's
y'all just want to go to the ocean
America.
like that. Yeah,
In America, you only walk 15 minutes. Was life or death? Not true.
exactly. If you have to, if you have to.
Or exercise it on purpose.
Exactly.
The
Right, right,
15-minute
right.
walk. We drive down the street.
No, exactly. I made Emmanuel walk though. He's like, man, he was like, aren't you tired? You're American. I was like, dude,
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
was
great,
it.
and I like to walk.
Nah, they used to it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, for sure.
it's the difference over there. Like I seen them even climbing up top the water tower to put those containers because at
Crazy.
first you would think that maybe I don't know some kind of crane comes and just drops them. You see them doing it. You see one person,
Right, right, right.
another person holding it. You like, yeah, I'm in a different world.
It's crazy. It's crazy,
Say
and
20,
especially when they
$30.
have stuff on the head. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy too.
Say $20, get up on that water tank and hook that thing up, man. You're gonna have it done.
That's it.
20
Yeah,
bucks,
exactly.
it's done. Consider it done.
Exactly,
I want to make
exactly.
sure no chats came in right. I want to make sure I can't see it because I don't think I'm logged into this.
Let's see. You can. Do you see the comments?
No. Oh, wait, let me see. Okay. So it was coming in. I was on the live chat side, so now I'm
Okay.
actually on the comment side now.
Okay.
So yep. That's good. Good to be back on.
Yeah, a lot of people
Have,
are actually watching.
oh, okay. How many you got on? It only show me the live.
Currently, it says 14 people, but typically, more people start to come on as time goes by. But like, I think this is relatively good for now.
Yeah. So you want to just jump right in, or you want to kind of give it a little more time, and then also will this? I'm guessing you're gonna post this on the channel. Something
Yes,
you'll have up and just keep it up.
yes, I will eventually keep this up. Yes, correct.
Cool. You see anybody you recognize in here from the community? Well, it doesn't show you
Yes,
on, it just show you people that's commenting, right?
yeah, I do see people who are commenting, and I know some of them are part of the community. So, and
Which one?
they're actually
Shout 'em out. Bring
neighbors.
'em out.
Nora is
Nora,
part of the
you're right
community.
there. What's up, Nora?
Success Nation is part of the community, but her name is Kona in
Which
the
one is this?
community.
Success Nation? Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. She's part of it too.
Nice.
So yeah, for now, these are the people commenting. Yes.
Okay. Not bad. So yeah, actually, when we got off the phone earlier, actually, I called my sister and I called my brothers and just kind of ran down to them, getting the gist of it, just in case they couldn't be on the live.
Mhm.
But I probably call them again after. So yeah, I mean, everybody that I told about the idea, they say it's a great idea.
Mhm.
Uh, so my cousin was like, "Well, yeah, why we didn't do something like this before?" I'm like, "Well, just because something's
Right.
a good idea, when you need other people, doesn't mean other people see it as a good idea, or
Right.
sometimes they might see it as a good idea, but maybe a good idea for somebody else, not for them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Now people want something that's everybody wants something guaranteed. Show
Right.
me,
Right. For sure.
show me what's at the end of the road. That's
Mhm.
what we want, right? But when you're
Yeah.
still building the road and you don't know exactly what's at the end, is like, how can you, it's
Right.
almost like the same reason people don't invest in stuff like that. Like,
That's true.
see how they're screaming now, the stock market down, crypto market down. Oh no, they took my money. Right. Look, man, this thing ain't new. This thing, well, the crypto's kind of new, but the stock market's been around for a very
It
long
just has
time.
been fluctuating a lot. Yeah.
Do the same thing over and over and over.
Yep.
So
Pretty much.
people want that guaranteed. They want like, all right, what's exactly? I mean, I think this is as close as guarantees you're gonna get.
For sure. For sure. For sure. Um,
So I'll let you run it down what we was discussing earlier, and obviously these are all just very fresh ideas. Still
mhm.
need a lot of molding and actually putting something down on paper, but nonetheless, the idea was great. It's a fantastic idea. I was sold. As soon as we came up with it, I said, "Yeah, this is something I could definitely see myself doing." And I mean, I say, okay, a lot of people are gonna jump on, a lot of people are gonna be with it, but I mean, the truth is, it's still an investment,
Right.
and you know, Africans are behind as far as investments. Not a
Yes,
lot of
that
them
is
have that
correct.
business. So I'm like, yeah, even though I think it's a good idea, I'm willing to jump on it. It might not be for everybody. Everybody might not see the opportunity or be able to take advantage of it. But we're gonna keep putting it out there, and eventually we're gonna find the people we're looking for. And I mean, we're gonna put it together. You know, just a matter of time. So if you want to run them down with exactly what it is we're discussing, and I can add in here and there if you need my help, or when you're done, I'll lay down my viewpoints on it.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so everyone, thank you guys for watching the channel. If you are in the community, you are in the right space, and if you're new to the channel, you are also in the right space. So, as you guys know, we have this Brewerville community where individuals are purchasing land, and we're coming together to establish a model community in Liberia where zoning it becomes more prevalent in this community versus other parts of Liberia that everyone just build whatever they want to. But in this community, obviously, we are looking to reinforce different things to create structure. So the idea is to establish an investment group. So what that means is we are looking to have a company and then purchase some land within the same community and build some apartment units there This is a place where if you are in the community, obviously you can stay within that apartment unit to monitor your project and get it going faster. Or if you are not in the community, you can obviously still spend some time there as the owner of this property, and then rent it out to visitors within the country. So now, if you are within the community and if you own part of this, business, you're obviously not going to be staying there for free, but it will be at a discounted rate. But again, the whole idea is a business. Is a business. We are going to purchase the property, the land, and then we're going to build the place within a set time frame for it to be like a investment project. So Stefan's going to proceed further with more information about that and how that will be structured.
Really, for investments like these, where people throwing their money and we're coming together to try to form a business, in this case, like a rental property, 10 people, that's always the right number. But we try to do it on a little bit bigger scale because the land we're looking at is a 6-town lot. So that's an acre and a half. It's a very good sized land. And just even initially with the initial budget, we're not even going to be able to use even half of that land. It's going to be a small portion of land that's being used. So that number had to be pushed up. We couldn't work that number with 10 people. So what we're looking at exactly is about 20 people. And we talked some rough numbers about having 20 people put in basically the sum of $200,000, not all at once, but like maybe over the span of a year. And the starting point could be, when we get those 20 people. So just some rough numbers. If we say 20 people, 200 grand minus the purchase price of the property, which I think was about 12,700 roughly to purchase the property. And then we're looking at 200 grand to actually be able to develop. We don't have those exact numbers, but something like a 6-unit apartment to start. Now, those are very rough numbers. And the only reason that sounds high is because we are working with beach land. This particular land we're looking at is actually very close to the beach. It's a 2-minute walk. And for those in the community, they're probably familiar with the video where you did the 2-minute walk right to the beach. Right. For those who are not, maybe you can link a video in this replay video below, somewhere they can, check that video out. So that'd be good to actually get a visual on it. So it's a beach land. It costs a little more to build on. We don't have concrete numbers yet, but that's just the gist of what we're trying to do. We're trying to get 20 people together to form roughly a initial $200,000 investment group. And that money is not something that needs to come all out at once. We're going to be developing as we go. So it'll probably be broken down into monthly. So at the end of it all, the beginning stage, what we're going to have is a mini apartment. We're aiming for at least 6 units, and that's 6 units of 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and a living room. So 6 units. Now, something similar to this in Liberia rents for $150 a night. Easy, very easy. So if we put together a 6-unit with that budget, then that'll be a very great start. Everybody will be in $10,000 investment, and that benefits the people that reside in the community or plan on building their residence in the community, because now you're a little bit closer to your development. You don't have to worry about a place to stay. Like right now, I'm looking for a place to stay in Liberia, and it's difficult to find one, especially one that's reasonably priced. So price of these things are going up. I don't really see it getting any cheaper now as people are starting to go back. So there's definitely a demand for this kind of business. And then even if you're not a community member, I mean, after going through this project, I feel like you're going to want to become a community member, because how it's set up is, we're going to drive through the whole community to get to that resort style development. So every time somebody stay over there, they're going to be driving through the whole community. So eventually people are going to be like, even people that don't know about the community, but somehow will stay over there, like it's going to spark their interest that they can buy land, they can be a part of it. So I feel like this movement is going to take off regardless. But now we're just thinking of somewhere we can put some money to at least the people in the community can have somewhere a little bit closer to stay. And like I said, it's not going to be, or like Emma said, it's not going to be like free staying, but you just stay at a discounted rate. And the reason we don't say free staying, because if we got 20 people involved, there's going to be people take advantage if you don't set certain guidelines. And Emma compared it to like a timeshare. If you live in America and you're familiar with timeshares, you pay your same amount every month, and you get that property for a certain part of the year. So it's not exactly like a timeshare, but it's similar. So let's say even if the apartment is $150 a night for the public or anybody that wants to stay there, and then we as residents get to pay $100 a night, right?
Right.
That's still got a 2-bedroom. Most likely you're with somebody else. They're gonna pay their portion. To get $50 a bed in Liberia, that's a crazy deal. But then on top of that, basically you're putting money in your own pockets because we're gonna
That's
have
your investment.
share. Yeah, when this is done, we're gonna be sharing the revenue. Even though once we form this group, I would suggest that we take a certain percentage of the revenue to keep adding on to that. Because if we do that in the next 2-3 years, like we could have a full out resort for a $10,000 investment. You know how crazy that is? Even just saying it, that's crazy. In 2 years, you have a full resort that you're 5% owner to this. You're not gonna care about $10,000, especially if we keep pumping out units in there. We make it something like a pool, a bar. We're gonna come up with the whole plan before we even start building. We're gonna have the whole setup, what it's gonna look like in the future, and then we're gonna reverse engineer and build the first unit first. But we're already gonna know how the whole layout gonna look before we even jump in there. So I feel like for the people in the community, it's a great deal. It sounds like maybe if the amount is turning you off, like I said, there's something new we're proposing. We're still trying to get people on board. We're gonna need 20 people. I've already talked to a few family members that they're on board. So really, we probably could be looking for like 15 or 14 people. But when we get those people, and there's gonna be a vetting process because
Yeah.
I told Emma this not gonna be for everybody. People who don't wanna, they feel like if they put money into the property is theirs. They can do whatever they want with it.
Right.
Well, it's not really gonna work out if you got a lot of other investors because somebody's gonna be getting the short end of the stick. So there has to be these clauses in here, and these are very common for larger companies. It just takes the power out of one person's hands. So it's not like we putting our money in and one person run the show. We're gonna have a certain clause and agreements that we all gotta abide by, but we can still make our profit. I would just suggest, which we can all come to agreement with once we form the group. I would suggest we put something like 30% to keep developing the property. And like I said, for 10 grand, if you were to say, let me just invest in my own individual land for 10 grand, yeah, you might get a little past a foundation, especially if you build on that beach land. So it's not like with 10 grand, because I know a lot of you, what you thinking, like, why would I put my 10 grand to this if I could just put my 10 grand in my house? Well, yeah, that 10
Right. Right.
grand going to your house. It's not like you're going to finish your house. You might have a foundation. You're still going to have to come up with about another 40 or 50 or 30, depending on how big you want your house. So that 10 grand is not even going to get you 20% of the way for most of us, unless you just want some small 1 room, 1 bedroom, you just want to throw a shack together, then yeah, the 10 grand might help. But for me, this is a no-brainer for me because for 10 grand, if we get 20 people on the board right now and we each put 10 grand, by the end of the year, we can have an apartment that's finished and I can go in Liberia and actually stay in there and pay $100 a night for a 2 room. And then the profits is coming back among shareholders.
Yep.
We're creating jobs. People are going to be working over there. We're highlighting that community. I'm pretty sure if we could pull this off, people are going to want to know how we did it. How are we able to come together and do something like this? Because even Liberian people don't think it's possible for us to come together and do something. So by actually doing it and proving it, I mean, people are going to be jumping all over the community. People are going to be jumping in line to try to get in on the next investment because this one's only limited to 20 people. We don't want to like over flood it. We can't say, 50 people and everybody throwing 3,500. Nah, that's crazy. That's too much. Even 20 is too much. But just to start off with, I think, we can manage that. Anything more than 20, we can't manage that. So 20 is
Right.
a great number. $10,000 investment to be part owner in an apartment with future developments being added onto the compound is a crazy deal. And then whatever we do over there in that community is going to be getting exposure. Like people are going to know about it eventually, because it's just not something you see in Liberia. And if you guys were hearing me talk to Emma before we actually started, we was talking about paving the roads and all that. So like we're like-minded individuals in the community. We like paved roads. We don't like dirt roads and sand
Right.
roads. I don't want to park in the community and walk to my spot. That's not the move. So I feel like if we can get enough people on board, this is really like, a game changer right here. And for 10 grand, like I said, it's not all at once, I'm probably looking for like, by next month or a couple months, have my little $2,000 aside. The next month coming, I hustle me up a few $100s. I put it to the side. But like I said, I feel like this is an investment that next year or next couple years, you're going to forget about that 10 grand. This is like, you're going to be part owner. You're going to be right there in the community with us. I mean, for me, I was sold the very minute. I told a few of my family members about it. They're sold on the concept as well. So I'm just saying 20 as a total number, but at this point, I don't even think we need 20 people. So it might take a little time. I don't know how long. Hopefully, we get people lined up in the email to jump on this. But knowing how things are going nowadays, I would say that's wishful thinking. But we're gonna pick up one person here and there, couple year, one person here, and you never know. In a couple months, we could be ready to start this thing. So y'all can't say y'all didn't see the video where we started talking about it, because we definitely gonna roll out with those plans. It's gonna happen. The only question is, are you gonna be on board, or are you just gonna watch it happen?
Yeah, as Stefan said, the other thing is, if you're wondering, like, I don't have $10,000 right now. Well, actually, you don't have to have $10,000 right now. If you do, great, but you can always, divide that by a whole year, right? And so, you can close your eyes, do whatever you can, to, divide that 10,000 by 12 months, and you can come up with the amount, and the payment is by monthly, so you're not so stressed and overwhelmed about the figure. Of course, we want to make sure we're inclusive here, and have like-minded people on board to carry on. And it's not just an apartment, as he said. We are looking to make this a one-stop shop. So if you think about hospitals, right? Really good hospitals, they have pharmacy. Okay, they don't tell you to go outside to go pick up your medication. So if you have this apartment, obviously there's a little restaurant that will be attached. So as a visitor, you obviously won't be leaving the community to go and eat. Obviously, you would definitely want to eat there. You want to purchase a drink there. You want to swim there, right? So there are other things that we can put on the land to increase cash flow, and also to give a lot of other people jobs. So we want to think about this as, okay, yeah, it's good financial investment and return, but also to the impact that we will make. As you guys know, development in Liberia comes first, but also we are looking to expand our portfolios as it relates to investments. And so I think, when I brought this to Stefan, he always has great ideas, and he was on board, and we modified some of the talking points. But yeah, we are. So when we started this community, people were telling me, why didn't you tell me? Well, I did a lot of videos, and now you are, you want to set and tell you. So this is one of the time. This is the time now to see how best you can come in to this
Yeah.
investment. And of course, if it's just grow up a community that we start, let's say we do this for a whole year, right? We get this up and running. Guess what? There will be another community, right? And this is something that it open a whole box of opportunities. So think about it. Talk to your friend, like-minded people. We don't want to waste our time. We don't want to waste your time. Absolutely not want to waste my time. And think about it. If it's for you, great. If it's not for you, absolutely, it's also fine too. But it's just an idea.
Right, right. Before I get to Nora's question, talk about future plans. Like if this one work out and doing stuff in the future. Like I always have some ideas about things like this, but it always comes back to, okay, not having the funds, not having the funds. Like there's gonna be huge demand for people coming back to Liberia who looking to buy modern houses. They don't
Yeah.
got the time, the patience, or the resources to sit there and build a house. They want to go
Right.
shopping, like kind of in America, the house already built for you. So that's a huge demand that's going to be coming out in the future. And who's stopping a group of investors from building a house and selling it? You know,
Selling it, yeah. I was in Ghana recently to, like I said, expand my portfolio, and I stayed at a very beautiful apartment complex, and I asked the people about it, like how much they were selling it per unit in that complex was $110,000. And so obviously, I'm not throwing out numbers like that to say, yeah, that's what this will be, obviously, right? But who knows? There's the potential for us to sell by units as we go. But this, of course, is the first step in the right direction, I believe. So
right. Nora wants to know what the vetting process is like for investors. Um, just roughly what I touched on earlier is just it's all going to be around the guidelines of being able to work together. We don't want somebody coming in telling us, all right, if y'all got my $10,000, I want this, I want that. Like, no, your
Right.
$10,000 fit into the overall plan of what's going on. So if you feel like your $10,000 is entitled for you to stay there as long as you want to, then that's a perfect example of, this not for you. And we have to
Right.
set these guidelines because there's always going to be people over there trying to take advantage. They're already thinking of it now. My $10,000, I'm about to live in that apartment. I ain't going nowhere. Like, yeah, I'm
So
living
yeah,
there.
yeah. One point that we talk about today is that if the unit is occupied by guests other than the owners of this building, obviously we have to prioritize those that are renting the place. As an owner, you're gonna go find somewhere else to be. And so, you have to be okay with that as well. It's going to be really part of that because we don't want this to be like, oh, my family can stay here now and I can stay here now. And it just continues and continues and continues. So we're definitely not going to be doing that. And if you're okay with that, great.
Yes, and then for hopefully we get some people in there who are more aggressive with the investment, and they say, you know what, we don't want to take no profits right away. Let's
Right,
just keep everything in the business, keep building.
right.
Like that's my style. That's how I am. I don't want to be taking out pennies right
Right.
now. If I can leave
No,
those pennies in and pull dollars out in
right,
another year or so, then I'm all for that. So
right.
again, everything in this group will be something that everybody agrees on. So if we
Mm-hmm.
say 30% of the number, that we're going to take 30% of the net profit to reinvest, then 30% of what it is. If we say that, hey, look, when the apartment is finished, we're going to keep 100% of the net going right towards the second unit, and then after the second unit, then we'll cut it
Yeah.
down to 30. I'm okay with that too. So I'm not looking to make money right away from this.
Right, 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 right.
Um, I'm not looking to make money from this. I'm looking at it like, how far can we get with it? How far can we go? And I would love people with the same mindset to jump on board. Not really say, okay, if I put in my 10,000, how much am I going to make next year?
Right,
Like, we don't
right.
really know that number yet because, for one, even if the place finished right now, we got to do some marketing.
Right.
Then we might even have an issue with the road. If other people are coming that don't have 4-wheel drive, are you expecting them to park at the front of the community and walk back there with their stuff?
Right.
So there's gonna be other little stuff to tackle, but it just so happens that we're right there in the community too. So we already have access to people who own most of those lands has already been bought. So we're all right there as a team. Whatever we do benefits the community, and whatever the community does is going to benefit us, even if you don't have anything to do with the community, which I don't know why you wouldn't. If you're going to be involved in this project, I'm not sure why you wouldn't get a land or two in the community. I'm not sure about that. Maybe that'd be for a different discussion, but they're gonna go off one another. Whatever we do is gonna benefit it. Like, if we lock this property down in the community over there, we're not gonna sit aside the whole community, the whole investment, like, and just leave the road like that. So as you tackle those obstacles, you'll get more progress. But just coming in right away and saying, my $10,000 right now, how much am I gonna make next year? Nobody really knows the answer to that because we have a couple of other obstacles that's in the way. But what we can say is, if we can tackle all those obstacles, then at the end of that, that's where the profit lies. And it's actually going to come better at that point.
But just even that though, if you are into business, you obviously know the first year you are not going to use the profit for anything. You have to put it back into the business to expand the business. And so I hope, and within the vetting process too, people are not looking to say, well, I need the profit right now, because obviously this is obviously not going to be for you, because the money has to be you have to put it back into the business in order to meet some of the objectives that we have scheduled. And also too, you may not be at a capacity, you might not be at 100% capacity per night, for each night. So it's kind of hard to say, I want even profit after the first year or the second. You have to see that as a long-term investment and something that can yield later on if you really watch your money grow. It's like, I told somebody yesterday that Liberia, Africa is like the stock market. You get in at the very, when everything is low versus coming in when things are high, you're just not going to benefit. So it's best that you start when the idea is already out there, and then grow your investment. That's just what it is.
Yeah, completely agree. And I feel like it's one of those investments that that's what they call exponential. So you might have, 1 year is just finishing, the next year it's like, okay, okay. But then the third and fourth year, next thing you know, it's crazy. The place is
Yeah,
filled up, communities finished, the roads done. So a lot of times things change just that fast. So you really can't measure it by saying, okay, now we finished, the next year is this. Like
yeah,
Emma's on YouTube. She's promoting the community. Uh, hopefully I get a chance to do the same one day where I could be going back and forth promoting that. We're definitely both promoting tourism. I'm a little more heavier on the African American side. I really want
yeah.
African Americans to come back home and experience Liberia. And where do you think I'm going to be bringing them to stay? Like, I'm not going to take them to the Marriott. They're coming
Right.
right here. We right here by the beach. Like, we in nature. We right here. That's where they're coming to. So, I feel like this is just the beginning. If we could somehow pull this off, there's gonna be a lot more streams of income coming from different directions. And
Yeah,
for a $10,000 investment, that's just a low barrier to entry that is crazy.
absolutely. And you guys, if you're wondering about the community, we started with just one fellow, Topo. He's okay with me, saying his name, and then Stefan. So we were only three. Today, as we speak, we're 22. So mind you, the numbers continue to go up. You don't want to sit back and say, I wish I knew. When I started investing in crypto, people were like, you're sick. What is that? Bitcoin was $990 when I purchased it. Today, people always ask me, like, how many Bitcoins you have? And I would never tell them how many I have. But I was crazy before when I invested in Bitcoin. I'm crazy now when it comes to the community. You guys are going to kick yourself when it's built. And I'm sorry, you don't get on now. You are going to be sorry later. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like this is one of those chance of a lifetime. Like you don't really see this too much. If there's some other people talk about collectively investing in Liberia, I mean, point them out. I don't really know where they are. They're definitely not online.
No.
So, and it's actually good that you did the community first because now you have somewhat of a little track record and people know you. They know what you're about. So I hope nobody's thinking that somehow this is like some kind of scam because we live right next door. Our land is literally right next door, like across the street. So where you about to run to? Across the street.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's right
You
there
guys,
at our
you
doorstep.
guys, I want to be scamming you because I've already put all my businesses on this channel. You know where my entertainment center is. You've heard of my farm. You've seen, everything. People drive to the farm. The farm information all over the place. We are supplying eggs in Liberia. Construction companies there. I don't need your few cents. No need to scam you. This is just the matter of introducing our people to collective effort to ensure that we are moving in a direction where we can build the country and also have residual income and or build wealth. So this is really what it is. But again, if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And just even calculating some rough numbers, just even on a 6 unit at 150 a night, that's $900 for a 6 unit.
Units, yeah.
Um, Even if you're 20%, no, I mean 20 days utilization out of 30 days.
Hmm.
I mean, that's that amount of income right there. The return on investment is like 100%. Like you could have a year where all that money come back in 1 year.
Yeah. So, and I think one thing to also note is that Brewerville is in a perfect location. Let me tell you why. A lot of people are heading to Kidmount, Grand Kidmount County. You will have to go to Brewerville before you go to Kidmount. You will have to pass through Brewerville to go to Guinea. You will have to go through Brewerville to go to Sierra Leone. Oftentimes, people don't have accommodation. And so, this is a perfect location for when you're looking at your audience, when you're defining your audience, and when you're trying to see how, who am I going to market to? You're going to be marketing to people coming in and out of the place. So somebody says timing up. And so you have to. I've done the feasibility before this idea came up today. I had this conversation with Stefan. Trust me, I just been
Yeah.
thinking and thinking and
Put,
thinking.
put
Um,
Elizabeth quote on the put Elizabeth message on the screen.
okay, so let's see here. Okay,
Yeah,
he
you
just
might
signed me
not be
up.
able to
Sign
thinking.
me up. Sign me up. Yes, sign me up. I will sign you up, Elizabeth. She is part of the community. If you guys are
Yeah,
wondering, she is a
right,
member of
right.
the community. Um, right here, she is also part of the community. Miss Nora here is also part of the community, even though she's a laugh out loud. Her name is Andrea in the group. That's her,
Oh,
by
okay,
the
okay,
way, if
Andrea.
you're wondering.
Very
And so um, all these things have been done in terms of traffic, in terms of you know average rates, but 20 people only, 20 people only, and like-minded, serious people, and so that's where we are.
all right. So I think as we continue to roll this out and try to get people on board, what we're going to be working on is more concrete numbers.
Yeah.
Like for example, on that 6 unit, um, and the picture you sent me, I know you want to alter that. You were talking about 6 units with a rooftop, so no
Hmm.
roof, something like an
No
open
roof, so
roof.
people can go and see the ocean.
Right,
View is something that a lot of people like, when especially those who live in the diaspora, and so we have the ocean, so we need to take advantage of such. And so, as we sign people up, obviously we are going to share the ideas. I'm going to show you the pictures that I show you today to everyone else, and see if that's something we can all modify, we can work with, um, to see how best we can get this going. And also, too, I think another point is that the property to purchase this land, if we have 20 people, each person will be paying like $630 per person, and so it's not really cutting too deep into anybody's budget. I hope not.
right, and that's for the acre and a half, two
Yes.
minute walk to the beach. And
Yes.
actually, if you own that rooftop, you can actually see the beach.
Yep. Yep.
And imagine, because even some of those lands got to get cleared too. So I'm guessing it's gonna be a much clearer view
Yeah.
of the actual beach. And in the future, obviously that road right there that's running right past the property, it goes
Hmm.
straight down to the beach. So once that road is finished,
Yeah.
um, with lights on it and everything, I mean, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be something
Mm.
people talk about.
Yeah, for sure. Hold on. Let me just write the email here. Contact email. Where is it? How do I do this? I'm always struggling. Okay, hold on. So Wadi M21 at gmail.com. Okay, I don't know. Do you guys see my email there?
Yeah, yeah,
So
I see it.
another thing that you said though, that the land, once the 6 lots are purchased by us and you clear the whole thing, you can see the ocean, because we are blocking the view right there. So that whole land that I show you, once we clear the whole thing, that's the ocean right there. So,
Right, and you
so
really can't.
anything built on there?
Yeah, you can't beat that either.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like if you get everything right in there and people really don't have to leave and they have, like you said, one stop shop, and they come in and spend a few days over there and they can go to the beach, and 2 bedroom, 2 bath, they can be in there comfortably. They can be on the balcony, and you got a pool in there, you got a bar. It's something that they can be entertained while they're
Right.
there too. I mean, I'm not seeing how that can't take off. Like
Right.
that's
And as you develop a community, the property value does increase, regardless of where you are. So if there's good development there, everything will eventually go up. So that's why land price can never be the same, because it doesn't depreciate, right? It continues to grow in value. And so that's again something we have to think about. So let's say something that you are, charging $150 per night. Who are you, or who am I to say within the next year or two it's not going to change, based on the standard and value of the place, and even your own property if you're in the community.
right? Or even times where you notice there's more traffic coming in.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right,
everything's not the same price around there.
right,
Things are double when people scrambling
right,
for apartments. It don't have to be 150. That's
right,
300. That's two rooms.
right.
So Christmas time, holiday
Yeah,
time,
yeah. Very high traffic. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, Independence Day, those little celebrations like that. I mean, it don't have
yeah,
to be
yeah, for sure.
50. And you can post. I mean, that could be something like even on Airbnb. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, those prices fluctuate. You go ahead of time and set your price. You want to hire for this day, this time. So I
Yeah.
feel like if we could pull this off, um, you're not gonna get your money back right away. And somebody
Mm-hmm.
down here, Francis, said that 80 or
Princess. Yeah.
90% of the revenue should be reinvested. I mean, I agree. If we get a group of like-minded people that share the same, we could definitely do that. I'm not looking to pull money out or put some money in my pocket. I'd rather that money go back into
Go back.
development.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Emma said, the more you do that, the more the value of the property even appreciates. So that helps us on both ends. It helps our community property appreciate. As soon as this thing is finished, that community gonna be looking good. I'm gonna tell you that
Yep.
right now. Because the track we on, if we can get everybody on and start that project, and within a year of the start date be done, like our property's values just went up in that community. Like we have
For
a little
sure.
beach resort at the end of the road. So
Yeah.
I mean, and to be involved in both ends, to be a part of the community and to have your property in the community and then also be a part of the investment in that community too. I mean, some people will say, oh, I don't want multiple properties in the same community, but I mean,
Hmm.
if you find something that's working, would you put more money in it, or would you still be looking for stuff to diversify, like to put it somewhere else? So
Right.
I
Right.
think in this community, by us having numbers, you know, um, we bring a certain level of safety, protection. But I mean, it's just good to be here from the start, because if we pull this off and that's community off, I'm pretty sure me and Emma are gonna have the emails every day of people trying to jump in. It's just always that first one, the first to try. People always want to let's see other people try it first. Let's see how it works out for them first. But even though they're interested, they don't they don't want to put their money out. Let's see how it works. So just imagine the people are going to be lined up for the next project. And if we have a group of people who we're working with so well, why even look for others? If others
Right.
want to be
Right. Right.
involved, and we already have a group of 20 people that, let's say we're all done, we're maxed out at that resort, we're all making money, and we say, okay, now we're gonna move on and do a different kind of investment. I mean, I don't think nobody in that group would dispute that or deny it or go against it. So we might not even have no use of looking outside of that group if
For
everything works
investment.
out. So this is the opportunity, but this, who knows, this might be the only opportunity, because I don't want to keep doing investments with more than 20 people unless we're about to
Right.
build. I mean, something so big and so major. But if we're just building like little apartments and little houses, 20 is the max. So these first group of 20 people, if we can work together well enough, then I don't think there'll be a reason to, look outside of that.
Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah. And who knows? Other investment opportunities will always refer back to this investment group. Because mind you, this is an investment group. This is not a one-stop, a one-time thing. Like, okay, let's invest in this apartment complex, and then okay, see you later, goodbye. Once I get my profit, goodbye. No, opportunities will always come up, and so you know, that's just what we have to say.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm on board with it. I think I got a couple people on board with me. I know you mentioned a couple people who might be interested. So even though we're
Yeah,
saying 20, I don't think we actually need 20.
no,
And I mean, I think we'll probably keep coming on and making these little videos until we get that 20. So however long it's going to take, once we get that together, that'll probably be the starting point. So, I mean, if anybody's interested, hit Emma up. She attached her email right there. There's going to be, like I said, a slight vetting process just in case you guys didn't watch the full video or you didn't see the part where we mentioned that. There's not an investment for everybody. So it's got to be people who's on the same page with us. And, we're trying to make money. We will make money at some point. That just can't be our number one priority, is making money. We're trying to get the development going, and kind of use that as a spot where we can stay and be near our developments and watch our developments. So it makes more sense for the community members. But if somebody is like-minded and they come aboard and they're not interested in becoming a community member, which, like I said again, I'm not sure why anybody would, but we'll be open to them also if we can work well together.
Right.
So community members, I mean, think about it. I don't know who about to start building over there, but I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have this project finished before a lot of people even halfway complete their house.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then Success wants to know who all are on board at this time. So you are as well. Nora is, Andrea. Miss C says, she's very interested. Francis is obviously interested. Elizabeth is as well. And so these are the people expressing interest. I tend to get a lot of emails after the live show. So again, like it's a vetting process. Just because somebody's interested doesn't mean they are actually interested. So I've had conversations with people about this community, and even the ocean front. When I talk about those at first, people said they were interested. Now that the ocean front is all gone, they are kicking themselves in the leg and talking to me about the things. So we are on this live today. This is your opportunity. And obviously, when we do have other times, we will come on and talk about it. But once we reach that 20, there will be no more conversation about this.
Yep. And then we're going to go in silent mode.
Silent mode.
Y'all only going to see
Yeah,
it.
you guys, you guys are going to see it when we are starting the process, starting the development. And that's where we're going to tell you, sorry, you didn't come on at the early stages.
Right,
Who knows? And as far as the community, though, we are still, people are still signing up to be a part of the community. Actually, as we speak today, I had two people really interested in the community. And so the community is growing, but now I'm actually modifying the contracts that I sent you guys earlier when you buy the land and I, send you a contract. I have really modified that contract because obviously I need people to follow the community guidelines. So I have actually been able to turn down people from buying the land because some of them will not adhere to what it is that's in the contract. This is zoning that we want to carry on. So if somebody comes and say I want to build my grocery store in this community, it's not for you. And so I have been able to turn down people recently and also modify the contract to follow the community guidelines. So if you're buying land right now within the community, the contract Stefan received a couple of months ago is not the same that you're going to receive. But
yeah.
the community land is still there.
Yeah, this certain places is for something like that's like trying to come into your subdivision in America and build a grocery store right inside the subdivision. Can you imagine the kind of chaos be going on? Now I gotta stop and shop next door to my house. They open 24 hours, people hanging outside.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, gotta have those restrictions. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Even for some of us who, you don't like code enforcement, but then you get that neighbor who want to keep their junk car outside all day, and you like, yeah, code enforcement need to get that car out. So I mean, you need rules, you need regulations. I mean, people just don't buy by that. If I'm gonna be fixing my $150,000 house, then nah, I don't want to be next door to a chicken farm. Like, what the hell?
No way.
Oh my God,
Oh,
go
hey,
buy
Tommy is online. Tommy said he's on. Tommy's telling you that he's on.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Tommy, my sister says she's in. So that's a lot of people you just named. So
yeah.
My cousin. So I with me included, I probably got like 4 people on my end. I think you just named
4
like
people. Nora. Yeah. So we should be around 8, 9.
Yeah.
From so. I mean, if we like get like-minded people to sign up, this thing we will wrap it up in this month. I may have 2 other people interested, but again, it is people can express interest and it'll be something else different day.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
If you guys know like-minded people too, if you are in the community and you know like-minded people, you can definitely refer them to this live. If you guys also have a lot of questions about this, you can definitely shoot us a message. I already put my email in there. I communicate with Stefan a lot about these things, and so we will definitely be answering you. And if you are part of this investment group, of course, you will be kept in the loop because again, it's a collective project, and no one person takes everything.
Yeah, and you got somebody in the group, Willie yet?
Oh yeah.
You got, I don't know how to say the person's name, so I'm not gonna slay it. NGAY Nat
Oh, on that.
NGAYNIA.
N G.
NGAYNIA.
Oh yeah. I don't know how to say it. Her name either. I'm gonna try. I
Yeah,
emailed, but
I
I have
guess if
not
you
gotten a
watching and
response.
you don't know,
Connect Lopez. Let me check email. Hold on.
emailed you and haven't received a response.
Connect Lopez. Okay, give me a moment. Let me check my email here. Okay, if I remember my password.
Yeah, so I even think, yeah, like I said, when I was thinking about what $10,000 will even get you in development, it's like, for me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna put that $10,000 and build my foundation, or maybe I'll put my $10,000 in the group, let this project finish, and then when I go over there, I can have somewhere to stay, and then also when I go to manage my property, I can have somewhere to stay. Not like what Emma said, if it's during a time of high traffic where people be staying, you want to treat it like Emma said, a timeshare, but you want to make sure you book your actual slot. So if you come in there for the holidays, I mean, you want to be in the books already, have that room reserved. You shouldn't expect to just walk in 2 days before Christmas and expect whoever is in there to go ahead and leave because it's yours. So we're not really running it like that. It's a group investment, so it's not one person owning it, or because you feel like your money's in there, you're gonna come over there and do whatever. Pretty sure we're gonna have some kind of management and structure. So none of us are gonna be running it hands on. We're gonna have some kind of structure going, and then, like I said, with the net profits, we could decide what percentage we want to put towards development. But we're gonna structure it so, like, almost like a checks and balance system. So one person doesn't have power. I'm not gonna be over there running it or any of that.
I'm not. I'm definitely not.
Nah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna have a structure set in place, and we look for people to abide by the rules. Like I was just saying, when you look for that email, don't walk in there a couple of days before Christmas and demand that whoever in your room leave. Like, no.
Yeah, that again, that's the vetting process.
Yeah.
Kenneth, what's your email? Because I'm literally just checking everything right now. I don't see Kenneth Lopez. So kindly put your email in there so I can take a look. From the group, from the community group, who did you say was interested? Williette. Um, are they
NGA
watching? Okay, okay. So two. Um,
L Williette, and that was
okay,
NGAYNIA.
okay, two. Okay. And then success is already on here. Nora's already on here, and the other people are already on here too. Okay, excellent.
Yep. So I guess the next step will be to actually maybe have the people come over there and look to see if we can get an actual well, first, before that, I was gonna say, let's go ahead and get that actual
You need to
proposed
purchase
building
the land.
numbers. Exactly. Before that, purchase the land. So maybe maybe by next week, once we actually get the people in here, we can form like another WhatsApp group or something, and maybe we'll just have to purchase the land with the people we have here, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
obviously account everybody what everybody spent into the
yeah,
total.
yeah,
Meaning, like, if I got a little extra, or I want to put my $2,000-3,000 in,
yeah. Same here.
secure the land, then I only have 7,000 left this year because
Right,
my
right, right,
kind of
right.
some.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think some of us might be ready to invest with more money up front. I mean, if you got your whole thing, I mean, I said, Emma's going to be working on the contract. And we're going to be trying to put more concrete numbers for that unit. And she's going to just tweak it around a little bit and get something with a open top in there. So we're looking at 3 units on the left, 3 units on the right, 2 bedroom, 2 bath kitchen with an open top. So that's where we're looking to start right there. And she's gonna tweak the image on that. I don't think you were a fan of the aesthetics of that building, right? You didn't like how it looked. Yeah.
Somebody said what he put in news in here, so Stefan, you can just kind of recap.
Where? Who is it?
Tatum.
Okay. Yeah, so Emma's gonna have a replay link on this video, but basically we're just trying to get a group of people together. We're looking for 20 people to share an investment on an investment property that we have. We're looking at 6 lots, which is 1.5 acres. We're looking for 20 people to spend about $10,000 within a 12-month time frame, and in doing so, we'll be able to fully develop this one 6-unit building with plans of adding more units on to kind of fill in the compound. And eventually in a couple years, hopefully we can have the whole thing developed and start sharing revenue and hopefully, move on to some other projects. And by doing that, it is an investment that we will be making money off, but also we're going to be promoting the Brewville area. We're going to be promoting the neighborhood we're at, and we're going to be promoting Liberia as a whole. So this project is actually, much larger in the scheme of things. We're looking at it as an investment, obviously, because we're all business-minded people over here, but it's just so much bigger than money. If we're able to pull this off, there's going to be an example that we can come together and work together, and people are going to be lined up to try to jump on. I guarantee it. If somebody tell me right now, if I didn't know the person, and they tell me they invest in Liberia, and my $10,000 investment would get me a 5% ownership to a resort that'd be fully built out in a few years. I mean, that's a crazy proposal right there. But we worked out. It will work. So, for me, it's a no-brainer. We just on here trying to share with you guys and convince you guys. But for us, we were on from the very beginning. So no question in my mind that it can work. And you guys see Emma on there pushing the community, pushing the area. So, I'll be doing the same. And, it's just growing. Emma, do you know exactly how many acres there is left in that proposed community for sale?
Oh, in the community, I have to check the land contract, but we have 10 plus acres left. So I have to give you guys exact numbers.
10 plus acres left.
Yes. However, again, like we are starting the clearing process. As you guys seen the receipt today, you might know, I'm gonna talk to you about it, but he said definitely they're starting tomorrow to clear the 14 acres that we currently have. And so more and more people are adding on to this community. And so yes, 10 plus acres. 10 plus acres left. Yeah.
And they're gonna be gone by June.
Yeah, for sure. More and more people are actually signing up. It's just that I'm more stricter now with my vetting process, and so I'm turning people down. I really don't have time for, people who I perceive not to be serious just based on the conversation. Also, not wanting to follow the community guidelines.
Yeah. I need some more land at the start of the community, but make sure we work our way to that point. I get me lots.
Yeah, for sure.
I need another 2 up there. This is like I was telling. I don't know if I was telling you or somebody else earlier. Like, for the people involved in this community, like, understand this. This is going to be the only house you have in Liberia that's going to have a paved road.
Yes.
Yes.
And you don't have to beg people to fix a road.
Yeah, people don't fix it. Somebody got a nice house, a nice compound. As soon as they pull out the driveway, it's dirt. And it's going to be like that for years and years because they're waiting on the government. But if the government haven't done it to this point, why would they all of a sudden just march in and do it now? And then you don't know the people who live on your street to try to approach them to say, let's fix the road. Like, so.
It's a hassle. Let me give you guys an example. I have a piece of property in on Robert Street Highway, my house. And I only met the guy, one of the guys who lived in New Jersey, and he pretty much said, "Hey, Emma would like to fix the road." Well, it's only two of us wants to fix the road. Now, going to the other homes to find the owners. They are in the U.S., but they don't want the numbers to be out. They don't want anyone giving the numbers out. So for the last year, we've been trying to find people to help develop the road and all that. In this community, it's already within the guidelines that we develop the road. And so you don't have to chase people down because it's already embedded, and we all just have to fix the road. And so I mean Liberia in total, you guys can see that you have a beautiful house here, and there's no nice road, paved road, and then you see next to the other house would be a zing round. Do you really want to have a community like that? I don't
No.
know. I don't.
Or even when
So
the roads fixed, like no street lights, you just driving in darkness to your house. Like
right,
you
right,
don't know, like only the headlights from the cars even showing you where the road is, where you're going. I mean, we live in an age where we have solar street lights. We don't even need to worry about connections and wire. Just put some solar street lights.
yeah,
We got good sunlight coming. It's gonna charge it up. It's gonna be on each side of the road. Every 15 feet or so lit up. I mean, it's not that much if we have a group of people who's willing to kick in. Like
yeah,
if my $1,000 can get street lights all around the community, like that's a
right,
$1,000 well spent. Like I'm
right,
not
right,
even
for
mad at
sure.
that $1,000. But just imagine you trying to do like what Emma said. It's two of them right now. Now they got to
Right.
fix the whole road and put lights on. I'm sure the neighbors will appreciate it. They're gonna
Yeah,
come out
well,
like, oh yeah, nice, nice, nice. But they don't want you to have their phone number. Come on, look at that.
right. No, they don't. And so at the end of the day, you fix your little spot, but then when you're driving, it just doesn't look pleasant. And
Right.
so
And you can
that's
honestly
the
say you'll never
struggle.
pave that road.
Yeah.
That road never gonna get paved.
No.
That's like a lifetime thing. So that's
Yeah.
why I say when I say this is your only property in Liberia that's gonna have paved roads, not only should you appreciate that, but just know like, yeah, it's like why haven't these lands been sold out yet? Like I don't think people are understanding. Like we're coming together to fix roads and lights. Like just
Yeah. So
enough
and
people
in the
to
community, as you guys, as Stefan knows, if you are new and currently you're not in the community that we talk about, just for example, the first step, clearing of the land, all of us combine the funds and we are about to clear the land. And so it's more cost effective for you versus if you were doing it on your own. So,
I think somebody had a little confusion. They say, "Is this land in Brewerville and Success
oh,
Nation
success as in,
in Brewer?" So it
um,
is, it is in Brewerville. It's all the way in the back of the community, like right next to the
yeah,
beach.
right next to the
So
beach.
you
Yes.
gotta go right. You gotta go right through the community to get to that land, and it's
Yeah.
it's the same road that takes you right to the beach. You
Yeah.
drive right past the land right there. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's a perfect spot for what we're proposing. It's
Yeah.
right
For
there.
sure.
So
So,
uh,
yeah. So,
we're gonna pull it off. So I mean, whoever jumping on, the faster we can get
fine. Yeah.
those people, the faster we can start and buy the land. And I think the next live we do will have more solid numbers, and maybe even have some nice pictures, like a slideshow or something
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
this.
Somebody said they're, let's see, somebody's late to the show. Ah, yeah. So, definitely want to invest in my homeland.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. That's what we need.
What is the deadline to join, Stefan?
Man, the deadline is when we get 20 people.
Yep. So Kenneth wants to know if we have a proposal. We just gave you preliminary numbers and or rough numbers at this time. However, the number we know we have 100% is the 6 lots. That's the first investment. Um, we just said for all the lots, 6 lots, 1.5 acre by the ocean, $12,600, and divided by 20 people, you're looking at $630 per person.
Man, those
What
numbers
is the
sound
deadline to
sweet.
join? Oh, you already answered that. Sorry.
So those numbers sound sweet. $600 to get a piece. The
To
bottom
get a
line.
land by the ocean. Oh,
I'm like,
wow.
oh man.
Hee hee.
Hmm. Should I buy this 10th flat screen TV for my home, or should I invest in the land? Tough decision.
Tough, very tough decision, very tough. And if you're wondering too, like whose name the land is gonna be in, okay, that's a very, very interesting point to actually think of. It will be in the business name, okay? So it's not gonna be my name, Stefan's name, or any other person's name, but the business name. Um,
Right.
oh, so Kenneth said he wants them all. No, this is for a group of people, not an
Say,
individual. Because if
say
it
one.
was, I will already have them all myself.
I know, right? Yeah. If the money was right, Kenneth, them lands wouldn't even be over there, man. But we across the street. We got our land like exactly across the street. So um, yeah, if I had more money, man, trust me, them lands wouldn't be there either. Um,
Honestly, the land is there because of this idea. Because if that was the case, guys, I've already took the land.
well,
I'm
first
just gonna be very
that
honest
land
with you
wasn't
guys.
even available. The people
Right?
initially wanted to keep it for themselves.
Yeah.
They wanted that land. So that land it just came in question, I think, somewhat recently.
Yeah.
So
Very
if that
recently.
land was up for
Yeah.
sale the whole time, yeah, it would have been gone. One of us would have already bought it. Somebody would have bought that land. That land was not available before. So yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
For sure. For sure. 600 for a land by the ocean, size of land. So 6 lots, okay, by the ocean. This is an investment property. 20 people, $630 per person.
that's just the purchase of the land. But
Yeah.
what we're looking as a budget to begin the first 6 unit is $200,000 um, for development, and that's split amongst the 20 investors. Those are the full numbers. So,
So per size of the lot, you are looking at 41.25 length and 66 width. Okay. So you want to times those by 6 lots, you will get the size of the land.
right. So when I look at that, when I imagine that land of 6 lots, it's just a giant rectangle. That's
Right,
why I'm
pretty much. Somebody he pretty much said Jay he said I get paid in 2 weeks. So I would definitely join. Hopefully there will still be an open spot for me. So okay, I really don't want anyone to confuse this thing. This thing is not just about the land. This conversation that we're having. The goal really is to set up an investment group to build an apartment complex, right? More like a resort type apartment for a business purpose. And if you come on now, you are investing in the land and also this project. The project roughly is about $200,000 divided by 20 people. That will give each person a $10,000, the need for $10,000 over a 1 year period. And so within a year period, you should be looking at 10,000 divided by 12, so on and so forth. You would definitely get your math there. So anyway, let me go to the comment. So if I can add you to the list. It's a group effort, that not individual exactly. We rely too much on individual things, and I see that the businesses that are doing well in Liberia or Africa, um, they are collective efforts, and so this is the reason why it's not an individual person thing. This is why we want to open it up to more investors, so it goes quicker, and that we don't have to look for so much money to do something in a short time frame, and that's why. So if part of the vetting process is why it's very important, Stefan, as you put the questions together, it needs to not be individualized. I mean, whoever wants to make their responses individualized, obviously they will definitely not be included, because again this is a group effort. um so yes, please repeat the lot size. I said 41.25 length per lot times 66 width. Okay, so you need to calculate that by 6 lots. Okay, I believe 264 is the width of an acre. And then for the 1.25 times 4 will give you the length. A bigger share. I'm interested in investing more for a bigger share. There is no such. All right, I think I will stop responding about this now. So it seems that Kenneth is interested in an individual thing, and it's not because everyone is entitled to the same percentage.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think
so guys, let me make this very clear. If I want a 50%, I wouldn't come to any of you guys with the idea. Absolutely not. Stefan wouldn't be on this live with the idea either because we could just, both of us could just build this property. But if we are proposing this to a group of people, that means we want to distribute the wealth across everyone else, 20 people. So no. Even if I have a lot of the money, I still would not be having majority of share in this business. This is why I want this to be a group effort.
yeah. We don't want to leave any opening for one person to say, "Oh, the other person benefiting more. The pack doing good. This person making more money. I'm only making this." So
No,
it's even 5%, 20 people. Um, we want to leave it at that because we don't want one shareholder, one person owns
no,
20%, and then everybody else got 5%. Um, so it's just more fair like that, Kenneth, because I mean, these are the things we're going to be discussing to try to keep the playing field even. We don't want we don't want to leave any loose ends for anybody to be able to come in and say, "Oh, this person's making more off this effort and that."
right.
Everybody likes to watch everybody's pockets, so we're not
Yeah,
doing that. Everybody is even pockets in this. So if the business succeeds, we will all evenly reap the benefits.
yep,
And yeah, nobody. Some of us will be doing a little more. Like I'm pretty sure Emma will be responsible for a good share of the marketing because she's on her YouTube. By doing that, she's marketing the business. Me being next door, anything that I got going on, people are gonna know about it right there. So
right.
we're definitely gonna be putting more legwork in. But as far as ownership percentage, we won't have more than the next person.
No, not even. And this, when we were talking about this today, this is the reason why we're purchasing a different land because some of us have a lot of land within that community. We could say, you know what, or Stefan could have maybe 50% because that's his land, or I could have 80% because this is my land. But at the end of the day, where does that take us? It doesn't. So that's why we just came to the conclusion that it'd be a land that we all purchase from scratch and we all get this thing done. Because I don't want to have more percentage, nor does he want to have more percentage. Because again, 20 people. That's because we want to make sure it's distributed amongst 20 people.
Right, man. This is like
Patrick.
this is a crazy opportunity. I will not
Patrick, I'm
lie.
gonna put my email on here again. I don't distribute my number on YouTube because a lot of people have actually called me just to say hi, and that's not what this my YouTube channel is about. Okay, so I have put in my email there. If you can, just send me a message on my YouTube email, and then I will definitely respond to your questions. We have a vetting process. Stefan will be working on the questions, and then you guys will fill those questions out, and then we can proceed. But within the time frame and those that we currently have, we will be purchasing the land to secure the land. And so if you come in and we are still are not at that number of 20 people, then obviously we will, do the subtraction to get the amount for those that have already paid for it. It really depends on how we want to set that up. If we are at 20, definitely believe I'm going to say I'm sorry. We are at max capacity. We move. I just had to add that in there.
Oh yeah, we move that 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 land is, man, and that's even like, I mean, that's just a crazy advantage of coming in with only money, not having to go and find the land, not having to work out the deal. just to put your money in and be part of it. To have
Yep.
somebody who's on the ground, who have the connections, who have the resources, and all you have to do is put your money in. Like, people think that's the hard part, putting your money in. That's not the hard part. That's the easy part. You have people with a lot of money, a lot of credit, a lot of leverage that if they had opportunities to just throw money into, that's what they would do. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about if they can even get 10% back a year, that's a great investment. So
Mm-hmm.
imagine you about to purchase some property. Uh, it's going to be built out. You're not doing anything. You didn't find the land. You didn't negotiate from the land. You didn't find the contractors. You didn't clear the land. You didn't do a thing. But in a year, you're going to have a 6 unit that you're 5% owner. I mean, that's just mind blowing. It doesn't really work like that anywhere else. So consider yourself blessed, lucky. If you're able to get in this, definitely take advantage. And if you're not a part of the community already, I mean, why wouldn't you want to buy land over there? People are going to be driving past that community to get to the resort. They're going to be interested in those lands. Like, I mean, the land's going to be sold before the resort is finished. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, if you're fortunate enough to be watching this and you're interested in this idea of coming together to invest, but you don't yet own a property, then you're not properly setting yourself up. You should still invest in this, but definitely try to secure yourself at least a lot or two in there, because as soon as we done with this project, your property value is going to instantly shoot up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Probably sell that land to people just like interested in being a part of the community for whatever
Right.
reason they
Right.
wanted to, which is crazy to me. But somebody in there from late Julia. Yeah, so we just talked about an investment proposal. You can hit the link and watch the replay video. Basically, some quick numbers. We look for 20 people to throw in on an investment on an acre and a half, starting off with a 6 unit. The investment will stretch out in a span of 12 months, and we're looking to gather about 200,000 for the complete project. But of course, we don't need to get all that money before we start the project. We'll be building as we go, starting with the purchase of the land, and then just building out. And it'll be like a monthly kind of distribution thing where we just put in our monthly amount. But for the complete investment, each individual will be looking at $10,000. The land is already there at the community, proposed community. Emma has a contract over that whole land. She has the land in her sites right now. Um, so the land is pretty much guaranteed if we want to move forward, which we are. So the land, Kenneth, you don't have to worry about the land. It's already secure. We just need to purchase it. First thing, the next steps, once we get all 20 people together, we're going to be forming that business entity, and we're going to be purchasing the land in the business name. So it's not owned by any one of us. And we're going to have an exact plan of where the money's going to be being spent, what we're tackling first. So it's not going to be up to anybody. We're just going to be going along with the roadmap.
Yeah.
So Francis said it's $1 million idea. It is a
Yeah.
$1 million idea, but sometimes we count out the obvious stuff because we just think, oh, Liberians can't do that. Oh, Africans can't do that. So
Yeah.
we count out things that make sense, even though the numbers make sense, the idea makes sense, the possibility, the opportunity, everything's there. But why aren't other people doing this? Because, for one, nobody want to put their money in one person's hand. And then people always think that, oh, what if this person benefit more than me? What if they get more money? More, it's a crazy idea, but they always think of you're oh, Emma selling me this land. How much she getting it for to sell it to me first? Maybe I'll go look for land somewhere else because she bought it for this price. Even though you know the price on the land is a good deal, you're thinking in your head, you're letting your mind play all these games on you. Like, well, how much you getting the land for? How much is it? Like, you're not thinking that when you go into Walmart. When you go to Walmart, you buy something. What do you think? The Wally brothers are selling you that for free? Nah, they're getting that from somewhere else. They're putting their profit on, and what you're paying for it is an amount that they're comfortable with selling it. But you
Yeah.
never questioning, oh, how much are they getting that for? How much are they getting for? But as soon as African people hit the scene, oh, how much this person making? How much that person make? So you might turn yourself off of a good deal because you worry about what somebody else is making. Well, we made it very easy. You don't have to worry about that because everything is split up evenly. It's 20 people. We're going to share the
Yep.
revenue. No one person is going to be in charge. The land's not in one person's name. The land's not mine.
Nope.
It's not Emma's.
Not mine.
So any any excuse that your mind could create not to be a part of it, we're trying to put that down and just leave no loopholes, so that nobody feels like they're being taken advantage of. But I mean, if you watch Emma's videos, you clearly see that this is not the easiest path to make money. So it's not something that we thought of as idea so we can make money. I mean, I'm sure Emma got a lot of easier ways to make money instead of being involved in this. We're just trying to see if we can come together,
Oh
benefit the
yeah.
community, put something together. But if we can pull this off, then we set an example for a lot of other people, and then we can move further with these investments. Because $10,000 investment, I mean, that's not a lot of money for what we're talking about, the magnitude of the development we're thinking of. So $10,000 is the entry. Once the business start making money, we're gonna have a proposed amount to put back into it, and within the next 2 or 3 years, we would like to complete everything, have it a full-out resort. Then now at that point, when we've done everything there is to be done, now the profits come in faster. It's like an exponential effect. Like I was telling Emma, the first couple of years you might not be making none, might be a couple people here and there. Next thing you know, houses get knocked down in the community, the resort get finished, and now it's a whole game changer. You go back there to Brewville in a couple months, now you're seeing the place packed and people everywhere. So that's how fast things can change. And there's not a lot of competition in Liberia. There's not a lot of these places. If you go to Liberia and you stay in a hotel, right? Think about it. What are you really gonna do? If you get out of your room, you leave your room, you need your driver right there to take you around, and you got to know this person and that person. Well, we're trying to create somewhere where somebody could come, they could have everything in one right there in the resort. The beach is 2 minutes away. I mean, they really have no reason to even leave that area. If they
Two
want to
minutes
go in
walk,
the city,
guys.
2 minute walk. Right. Not to mention the other business opportunities involved with having tourists coming. There's a lot of different ways you can make money off tourists, right? People come in the country that don't have transportation, that don't know where to go, that don't know where to go eat, or nightlife, all those things. Like, it's so
So
many
much.
opportunities, right?
There's a lot. It's a lot of opportunities. Yeah.
So there you have it, guys. I mean,
I'm going to compare this community with like I said, a hospital. Kaiser Hospital is one of the most lucrative business in this country. But what they do is that they don't outsource anything. So if you go to the hospital, they send you to the pharmacy. The pharmacy is right there. The money goes back to them. If you need to go see an eye doctor, it's right there. So in this community, you're gonna have a restaurant. Not a community, but this resort type of thing. You're gonna have a restaurant, the pool, the little bar by the beach. You see the whole ocean, like a whole one-stop shop. So it's gonna be right there. So the investment is gonna stretch. So.
right. So I think
But
we got everything covered.
any
Maybe
questions that y'all have before we wrap it up?
821. I'm interested
Let's
in
see.
we'll contact. Rena says she's gonna contact you.
Oh, 5 minutes. Distance to the beach. Somebody's asking me.
Distance to the beach.
Yeah, no, Kenna wants to know, like, how far is the community land that's available to the beach?
It'll be good for you. Did you post that one video on YouTube where you just
I
walked to the beach?
did.
You did, right?
Yeah.
Maybe when you post this in the replay, maybe to leave the link to that video.
Yeah, definitely. I'll add the link to it so you guys can see. But yeah, it's all on my YouTube. If you watch
Oh,
the videos, I should have walked to the beach so you can see the
right.
distance.
And when you walk in, I just imagine that area, right? Because when you walking on it, see, sometimes you gotta have vision, right? Because I was reading this book and it was like, okay, when you see a hotel, like you see a Marriott or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But before the Marriott was ever there, everything, somebody had to see a plot of land, an opening, and envision in their mind what a Marriott would look like in this location, and then put action behind those plans. Like, it didn't just fall there from the sky. So when I see these lands and I see everything when Emma's shooting, I'm not always just looking at the land. I'm looking at potential, what it could be.
Right.
That little strip right there, that proposed street where you walk down to go to the beach, when you're looking at that in the video, it just looks like some sand and some dirt. But could you imagine what that would look like if it had an actually paved road with street lights running all the way to the beach with the land all cleared? what you would actually be seeing is an open road with no trees around, just flat ground with street lights, and you'll be able to see the ocean. That in America is what we call $1 million view. So you have
Right.
to have the vision when you're looking at it to not just be like, oh, well, there's just trees and dirt. Nah,
Right.
think about what it would look like when they knock the bushes down, when they knock the trees down, when we pave the road, when we put the street lights up. Just imagine what it would look like at that point. It's going to look completely different. But at that point, that's not the point to get in. That's the point when you already missed out. Nobody going to be
Yep.
selling the property in the communities when it's all fixed and
No.
developed. Like, it's going to be crazy to do it. This the time where you have to have the vision and think of what it could look like in the future and invest in what it could be, not what it is right now.
So yeah, my chat, Mimi, if you are new, we are looking for 20 investors. The proposed land is within 2 minutes walking distance to the beach. The property with 20 people involved is $630 per person, and each person will have about 5% in the business. It's a business. It's obviously a group of investors, and so it's not owned by one specific person. It's owned by an investment group. So we will be establishing this as an investment group, and then setting up a resort type apartment thing. So currently the amount we are looking to pool is 200,000, and so 200,000 divided by 20 people that we are looking to recruit is equivalent to $10,000 per person. That is dispersed over a 12 months period, and so you do the calculation. $10,000 divided by 12 months. That is equivalent to how much you're going to pay per month. Um, and so again, a lot of people are already interested. Stefan has like 4 people, and then in our community group there are 2 people offline, and then on this comment we have about Andrea, Elizabeth, Success, Francis, your sister, somebody else. So like 5 people right here on in our community group are already interested. So we have about so far when the numbers that Stefan said, we have about 11 people so far. So 9 people, we are looking to add 9 more people to this 20. So once we reach that 20 people, the number of people 20, we are definitely going to close it up. However, we have a vetting process. Stefan will design the questions, but just to give you guys a little bit of information about that is to ensure that we are all doing this as a group, and not one person is going to say, "Hey, I'm going to stay in this property for 30 days because you know what, I'm the owner of it, or I'm the owner of it, so I'm going to stay here." No, if we are serving this to our clients, clients will be prioritized, and if you are an owner of the place, you have to book way, way ahead of time. And of course, you get a discount based on, the days that the property is available. But again, per, some of the clauses that we are going to put together, you won't be staying there for like a whole month. Obviously, nobody's going to stay there for a whole month, not even myself. These are some of the points that we made earlier. So
Right. Man, it's just like every
Okay,
time
so somebody
yeah,
said,
man.
I'm interested, but what happens if I don't live in the community? How the payment process going to be like? I have a little one to take care of. Okay. So if, we are not limiting this to the community, all right? And we are looking for people outside of the community, but we all just have to be on the same page, though. That's part of the vetting process. And so if you're not in the community and you want to be a part of it, if you're well vetted and we think that you fit within, then we'll add you to the number. And of course, if we are past 20, unfortunately, I will have to say no. We are not going above that number. We are going to be staying, sticking to the 20. Sort of like a timeshare. Exactly. Somebody understands timeshare. Um, please put me on the list. I think it's a good opportunity. I'm really interested in a lot about the beach.
So when we do the then, I guess what I'm most looking for is I'm looking for people like I mentioned earlier, not to be like, okay, the apartment's finished this year. How much money am I making next year? Like I'm
Right.
looking for people because like I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna check it out, and the things I feel like I need or what's lacking, like I'm gonna bring it forward to the group. And I'm not thinking about my profit. I'm thinking about what we're actually building. The
Right.
profit is gonna come later, because what we're doing is actually providing value. We're gonna be providing value to a lot of people, to the area, the community, the whole Brewville, to Liberia. So
Right.
um, we're gonna get paid off the value we're providing. But just starting off, we're not thinking about money. We gotta
Mm-hmm.
make that place look good and actually not just have one building finished, the rest of the place just dirt, just sitting there, and we talk about let's rent it and make money. No, we gotta have a group of like-minded people who really want to see this thing all the way through. And we could take profits along the way, but people mostly interested in actually finishing the job. This is just a proposed start. You can't build a whole full out resort on an acre and a half with $200,000.
Right.
That's just a starting point. But I'm looking for people who actually want to finish it, not drag this on for 5 to 10 years. You
Right.
know,
No. No.
let's keep our money in. Let's knock this thing out in 2 or 3 years, and then let's eat off the fruits of our labor, but not coming in initially asking how much money am I making, like that because nobody really knows those numbers, right? These are all hypothetical, so that can't be your number one motive for one being involved.
Yeah. So like just to sum that up, we are looking to reinvest the money back into the business. So year one, year two, the money is going to be put back into the business. So um, hey Grace, hey neighbor. Um, she said she's interested. Anyway, so
Well, yes, you shouldn't forget her. You didn't
where we
mention
at?
her on that. Yeah, we're not that wasn't a actual confirmed head count. We're just throwing some names of people who mentioned that they want to be involved. But Willie has said, yeah, don't forget me.
Oh no, yeah, she's definitely counted in, and so it's her, Grace, Elizabeth. So the other person who starts at the end, that's three. Success, Nora, which is Andrea. Francis, that's six, and you have your siblings, that's 10 plus yourself, that's 11 plus me, that's 12. That's eight people missing. Elizabeth, 13. All right, seven more people. Mimi,
Moving along,
14.
and
Mimi
this one,
husband,
this
14.
idea just came up what, a few hours
Now,
ago.
what's that like?
This ain't even been a whole 24 hours. This just came about a few hours ago, so we almost there already. So I mean,
JJ now will be 15.
I wonder how many spots
15.
are left. Oh, talk about how many people have
And
to.
again, like I said, vetting process. So
Yeah,
15.
yeah, yeah. Naming them right there.
So 15. And J Ben says interested 16. So we are at four more people. Linda, are you interested still? But anyway, 15, 16, I'll be, oh, you're 15, yeah, of course you are. So I think after this live, if we do the vetting process, Stefan, I think we're gonna have our 20 people.
Put
We did
this
sit
one right there.
200,000. Excuse
Yeah,
me?
yeah, rule of two. Yeah, so that one, the complete project, at the end of the roadmap is to fill up that whole 1.5 acre.
Thicker, yeah.
So if you're not familiar with a 1.5 acre, that's a big piece of land. What we're just proposing is a start. We don't want to come out here on YouTube talk about we need $1 million.
Right, no,
People
no,
run off into fast. So $200,000. That's gonna start acquiring the land. We're gonna aim for a 6 unit. Emma's gonna get exact details on what we need to get that 6 unit done, and we're gonna have a whole list of things that we're gonna need, starting from fence. Sure, you got the compound. You don't want to be walking around in dirt, so we're gonna collectively come together with the aesthetics, what type of tiles and all those things. Those are all details that can be worked out, but we don't have solid numbers yet. We just talked about it earlier, and we're just proposing it to you guys. But we're looking at roughly around 200,000. That's just to start with the 6 unit. But as people start to, occupy and rent the place, we want to take the money and just keep reinvesting because, like I said, an acre and a half is a big piece of land. So we don't want to just have one corner, 1 6 unit, and then we just eating all the money. That's what we used to see in Africa. So we're trying to do something different. We're trying to finish.
Right, for
We're
sure.
trying to finish the spot. But I think if we stay on course 2-3 years, that's a long time. Like, you'll be amazed how fast your life could change in a few years. So let's stick with the
So
plan.
it's not that Stefan doesn't know, or it's not that I don't know. We are looking to add a swimming pool, a little restaurant, a bar area. So right now, if we're starting the 6 units, the figure is 200,000. Now we are looking to reinvest that amount, whatever profit into the business to add other, buildings on the property. Obviously, 6 lots can take a lot more than 6 units, and so that's the expansion. And for that, figure, we don't know how much another 10 units might take. Perhaps, but we are starting with 6 units at 200,000, 20 people, $10,000 per person over a 1 year period. You can make that money available, but the initial amount for to purchase the land, so it is in the name of the investors, is $630 per person, 20 people, 2 minutes walk to the beach. Sorry, other math, I didn't eat my school fees, guys. I'm just telling you. Um, and you don't want investors who are interested in their return on investment, of course. Very important to an investor to know how much they're putting in and how much they're going to get, of course. But the thing too is that you are not looking to gain that money within 2 to 3 years. That's just, you're not going to gain your profit within a short time frame because we're trying to reinvest the money, and that's why this vetting process is important. If that's your priority, obviously it's not a bad priority. It's just not something that we are looking to do.
It's all hypothetical too. There's no resort in Brewville that's in the area that we can say, okay, they're doing these numbers, so we should do these numbers.
Right.
It's all hypothetical. It's all based on how we push it out there, how fast development in the community is going, how fast we can fix that road. How many of us gonna jump on YouTube and promote it, or tell our family and friends to go stay over there. So there's too many loose ends to calculate return on investment. This is a completely new concept that we don't know where to compare numbers from. This is something new we're doing over here. So I mean, we know though that in the future it's going to work out. For $10,000 an investment, like when I do some rough numbers, $150 a night per unit. I mean, $10,000, that return gonna come back fast when everything is actually done. But if we get 1 6 unit complete, would you want to put a couple $100 in your pocket every month, or would you want to leave that couple $100 in the business and finish the other units so you could be getting a couple $1,000 a month, $3,000 a month, or would you want to keep taking the $200 every month and just leave that 6 unit sitting there? So there's a lot of other factors that it's hard to calculate at this point. The project that Emma is proposing, the building, she has her figures on that, but that's building on a more solid ground, solid foundation. So what she has to do is go out there with the technicians and let them see what they'll actually need to build that on like a beach land. And then, we're going to have all those numbers proposed. Everything's open over here. Nothing's in the shadow. We're all splitting the cost. Everything's even. Nobody has a bigger stake in this. It's 5%, 20 people. That's it. Those numbers can't be changed. So there's no reason for one person to try to, get over. We're doing this all together. The business is going to be registered. The land's going to be in the business name. It's not my land. It's not Emma's land. So, I don't know what the return on investment will be, but I know it's going to be worth your investment. I'm an investor as well. If I didn't think I could make money from this, I wouldn't be putting it in. But nowadays, $10,000, if you're a real investor, I mean, a real investor, 10% a year is even great. All right. Unless you want a bigger risk. This is not a business of risk. This is like a guaranteed thing. We just don't know when. Right. So there is going to be a year that you can get 100% return on your investment in that single year. We just don't know how long it's going to take to get to that point. Rule of two is splashing out the question. So maybe you want to send Emma an email. Emma has a lot more experience with different kind of businesses in Liberia. She's the one that's been on the ground. She's just coming back. So if you're not familiar with her channel, maybe go watch a few of her videos. She did leave her email in the link above. And maybe if you guys are just joining this, maybe you want to go back and watch the replay. We've been on now for a little over an hour and a half. So we touched on a lot of these points that, maybe you might be inquiring about. You can go back and watch the video. But this is not like an investment, like I said, that we're looking for somebody who want all their money back right away. So if you're vested in the community, you have some stuff going on in the area, this is a better position for you to be in, just to strengthen your place in the actual community. If you're not involved in the community, you just want to jump on this. It's still more like, you know, it's not something we're looking to just make our money back right away. Like, I don't even care about seeing that money back for a few years. I'll be much happier being a part of this project where I know that, we're going to see this thing all the way through. And then after, at the end of the road, money's going to come, man. There's no way the money can't come if we do everything we have to. Just how long is it going to take us is a lot of different factors up in the air. So that's why the vetting process is necessary. We want to make sure people understand that, it's not something you giving us 10,000, we're going to have your money back. Like next year, we're going to give you a 10,000. It's not that kind of deal. I just broke down all the advantages that you're going to have from being a part of this. You don't have to go look for the land. You don't have to clear the land. You don't have to look for contractors. Like, how would you be able to pull this off if this was you by yourself? Or even if somebody else, a random person, said, give me your $10,000, I'll do this. Like, how would you even pull that off? Would you trust that? So as far as any kind of return on investment, it's not going to get better than what we talk about right here. So if there's anything else, then you probably want to direct your questions to Emma's email. But as we go along with this in the weeks to come, we're going to have more solid numbers. This is just a proposal that we're shooting out there for Emma's followers, some of the people in the community. We just talked about this earlier and we just shot it out there. So it's not something that we've been working on for weeks and weeks and we're coming like not prepared. It's not one of those scenarios. We just literally talked about it earlier and we just, seeing what you guys think about it. But we're going to have more solid numbers in the days to come. So just tune in, watch the replay, send questions to her email. And, if you feel like this is for you, let her know you're interested. But like I said, it's not going to be for everybody.
Absolutely. Jessica, okay, hold on. My name is Jessica. I live in Atlanta. I'm interested in being an investor. What's the next step? All right, excellent. So I'm getting emails. People are interested, and so I think, in addition to, and again, if you are a part of the community, of the 22 people we have currently in the community, if you have expressed interest, that doesn't mean automatically we're gonna take you. This is a vetting process, but you just have some level of priority. So if we have some people sending me emails and want to be a part of this community, obviously we will still have to consider those people as well. This is a vetting process. And as it stands, 22 people are in the community, and we are out here to talk to people outside of the community group. That means we are open to having other people join. So after the vetting process, we will definitely come up with the number of people we have. And as it stands, I think we will have 20 people. But again, this is a process. After the vetting process, we can say, we only have 9 people.
Yeah.
So,
right. And for me personally, I'd rather work with people in the community. The only thing that would, make them not qualified if the funds like aren't ready or they don't think they could, what we're going to be asking you to do in the community, especially if you plan on doing development this year. What we're essentially going to be asking you is to hold off on your development a little bit and put it into this area instead, unless your pockets are so deep that you can do both simultaneously, because that's what I'm going to be doing myself. I'm about to hold off on my house that I was about to start building, and I'm actually going to put the money into this project right here, because I feel like, my house, if to finish in a year, I got to come up with over $100,000 this year to finish that house. But to have a finished project in this investment, I only got to come up with $10,000. So for me, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to put that on hold. When that's done, I'm going to come over there. The days I stay over there, I'll get my discounted rate. I'll be happy. I'll be in the community. I'll be by my beach. I'll be by my property. So for community members, it's really a no-brainer. The only thing that will make it not work, if you feel like, the funds having to be there or every month as we go along, is, too strenuous on you, then maybe it might not be for you. But I like the idea of the community members because those people have already proven that, they're willing to work together, and not everybody is willing to work together. So once you get in with me, like, I'm the kind of person, I don't like too many new faces. If I got a solid group of 20 people, that might be all I need, unless somebody is bringing in something else to the table that we already don't have. But if it's just money we need and I already have a relationship with a group of 20 people, I'm not continuously going out looking for more and more people. I want to keep moving with those same 20 people. So if you get into this could be the start of something that, goes on a lot further.
So root of two. So I understand how business works, and we are. This is pretty much an idea. Okay, we are testing to see who's interested in the idea. If you are proposing this to an investor, let's say we come together and 20 people are interested, and we have a proposal. Everybody wants written document, which is great, which is fine. You want to go in front of an investor and see how much you put into the business, and not just all these projections and all that stuff that all this stuff. We know these things, and a business plan, and showing how a person can get their return on investment, all of these things. That's what an investor would like to see, right? It's just an idea. Who's on board with the idea is what it is. Because at the end of the day, I can come over here, give you a business plan, give you a proposal, give you the LLC or C corp, registration. All of these things are done. Then what? You are not interested. Now, if after 20 people sign on and we build this community, I can come to you and say, yeah, we've invested $200,000. Now this is what we want as additional investment. But we actually are capping at 20, and the idea is what we are proposing, not necessarily that we are taking this in front of investors and they're not obviously not gonna have an interest. Trust me, I have done this many, many times with heavy seasoned investors. Um, but this is not it. This is completely different. This is just an idea wanting to engage with people to see if this is something they would be interested in. It's like you're piloting something. Um, so yeah,
Yeah,
we move on to the next.
that's a perfect example why it's not for everybody. What kind of seasoned investor want to build a resort where there's no roads or no people or no lights? Wouldn't they just turn down that investment? Why you want to do that? It's not really making sense. That's why we say it's not for everybody. A seasoned investor don't want you experimenting or trying to build roads. They don't want to hear all that. That's why we're not proposing it to seasoned investors. We're proposing it to people, mostly Liberians, people who's invested in the country, people who's invested in the neighborhood, the community. And it looks like we might already have 20 people already, but I said that from the start. It's not going to be
Yeah,
for
it's
everybody.
definitely not for everyone. Obviously, if it was, we would open it to more than 20 people, but it's not, and that's why, um, you can really decide if it is for you or not. As an investor, for me, I invest in all kinds of different things. Whether it's the stock market that's crumbling right now that I don't even monitor, the crypto, I don't even monitor any of that. I let my investment sit. I let my investment work for me. If somebody came to me with such an idea, I will listen to the idea, right? I would like to see numbers, right? I would like to see my return and how, what time frame I'm going to get my investment. But at the end of the day, this again, like I said, if somebody came to me and said, hey, look, this is just an idea, think about it, whatever it is, I'm just going to tell myself, well, it's just $10,000. I'm not going to lose sleep over $10,000 because obviously the prospect of what it is, the idea is great. Now, if I go in a group and sit, obviously I want to know the numbers. But before I get to all those numbers and everything else, I'm okay with entertaining the idea. This is what it is.
Yeah, and we just lost, I think, in one of those crypto DAO investments, like we just lost a few $1,000s, between $3,000 and $4,000. I mean, it's gone like that. So it's not like,
I mean, on my Bitcoin, I've lost over 15,000. Yeah, I mean per coin.
well, at least
And
that one
so
you gonna get back. It's not gone
my
yet.
I always let it sit. Even when it
Yeah,
reached to 50,000, it was there. I never moved my investment.
right,
It
right,
stayed there.
right.
Only if I have my pharmaceutical stuff, like I kind of play around with it. But certain things I don't. At the end of the day, you just You just have to, you have to think smart, and you have to just say, you know what, it's a risk, and see how things go. That's just what it is. I'm a risky investor anyway.
I mean, this is
So
like because of your track record and us being so heavily invested in the community. That's what I'm saying. With each one of those things, it takes away risk. So I see this as a very safe investment. I don't see any risk. Like I don't see any way that it can't work. I just can't give you a time frame, but I know it's gonna
right, right.
work. Like we right there in the community. We right at our doorstep. You already got the contracts with the contractor, the building. You're already working on very similar projects. We got people to
Yep.
clear the land. Like I don't. It's this is not what you call a risky investment. I just gave you an example of risky investment. That money is gone. We knew it was. Hey, it might be risky. It might go, and it did. It's
Yeah.
gone. So this is not what
Definitely.
I don't consider this in the same category. This is not a risky investment. We just can't tell you when you'll have all your money back. But sit tight a little bit. Go about your business, about your life, and yeah, your money's gonna come back. That's a guarantee.
That's funny. So, but anyway, um, any other questions? I'm receiving emails, and that's a good thing. In addition to the people in the community group, there are emails, and through the vetting process, we will determine, who goes through or who doesn't. Okay, so I received 4 emails so far. Hi Emma, it's me Jay. I'm interested in the property investment. Please put me in. Okay, I'll add you to the list. This person says, "How many minutes?" Da, da, da. Um, I live in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm watching the show on investment. I would like to know more about the apartment investment before we can see if we can be a part. I also like to know about the community that you people are talking about. We do not have anything serious in Monrovia. They're from Grand Bassa County and from Long County. Thanks for all you are doing. I'm proud of you. Thank you very much. Additional information to follow. Kenneth said he's going to check it out, and Jessica is here as well. So far, so good. And on this live, there are a lot more people outside of our community group that are interested. And I think Stefan, we are at that 20 plus, but this is a vetting process, and we are only looking for 20 people.
Right. So if we are at that 20 people cap or 20 investors and you're on this live and maybe you can't make it into that investment, but if you have property in the community, you're going to benefit from that investment regardless. That's why I
Yep.
mentioned it was a no-brainer for the people who already own property. But if you miss this, if you can't make it in the 20 people or your funds aren't there, at least try to contact Emma and get 1 or 2 lots. There's only 10 acres left in that community. And when we have this project completed, I mean, it's going to put the spotlight on that community. By that time, the lands are going to be already sold. So while you guys know what's coming now, it's almost like knowing there's a Walmart building somewhere, and then now there's open land right there next to the Walmart. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to take that land? Obviously, you got builders that follow Walmart everywhere they go to build land. So this is one of those things where uh, it is going to be a community with paved roads and street lights and amenities and security posts and all those things. But in addition to all those things, at the back of the community is going to be a mini resort. So people that go to that resort are going to be driving right through the community. So it's going to bring opportunities for a lot of different businesses, a lot of different ways we can make money off tourism. Maybe you're thinking about having a rental property over there somewhere. You know, that could be something like, if we're full to capacity, now we want to list the people who have rental property available. Maybe we work out a certain revenue share, because since we're doing the customer acquisition, we're bringing the customers.
Mhm.
If the place full and people really want somewhere to stay, if we vet your property and we see that, okay, this place is up to our standard, maybe we kick you some customers and you can go stay over there. Like Liberia is getting back to the point where people are going back now. People are traveling back
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Liberia.
yeah, 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 for
So
sure, for sure. I've actually met a lot of people from the United States, non-Liberian, mostly African Americans, and they were actually on the ground to do business. And the project that I'm actually working on, that I've said is a very iconic, location. one of the investors is an African American person, and I said this because the potential is there. Is an emerging market, and you either start now and get in, or come in when everything's higher than you're expecting. A lot of land that I Emma took a look at a couple of years ago when I went to Ghana is worth $24,000 right now as we speak. And you probably wonder what Ghana is developing. Well, where this land is actually behind. If you know when I say behind, when somebody say a land is behind, that means there is no access to the road until maybe 30 minutes later. Okay, and that land was behind. Today that land is $24,000 per lot. And so I mean, we can only talk to you guys about the idea. We just definitely cannot force you. You can take the animal to the water. You can't force the animal to drink.
Right, right.
So we
Very much.
move. And if you guys have further questions, please email me. We will vet. We will purchase the property. Um, and at 20 people, it's only 600. And let me not say only 630 is a lot for some people. So $630 per person for the piece of property we are looking to get, which is 6 lots, an acre and a half. And then to start the building process for this 6 unit apartment resort style is $200,000 divided by 20 people, equivalent to $10,000 per person, divided by 12 months. That is your monthly rate. We move. Any other questions?
Not that I see over here. So I guess if for whatever reason we need to come back on and do this again with some more numbers, I think we'll have everybody that we actually need. But if you guys don't hear us talking about this again, that means that's exactly what it means. We have everybody we need. So other than that, I mean, I don't know how open the investors will be to us sharing the project here and there, but we'll try to do that here and there, give you guys a little snippet. If you guys are part of the community, obviously it'll be right there when you guys
The
come.
clearing is not the declares.
Yes, the clearing. Yes, excited for that. Clear up some land. And yeah, when I go over there too, I'm gonna be getting some nice drone footages. So um, I'm gonna have some nice images so you guys can get a better idea. And actually, man, if I
Thank
was
you,
shooting drone
Success, for
footages,
doing the math.
yeah,
She did the
man,
math.
yeah. I wish I had the drone footage right now. I know they're gonna be like, yeah, we want that. We in it.
But the June footage would be better as well. But if you guys can go on my channel, click the community video, you will definitely see where that land is. It's like 2 minutes walk to the ocean.
2
We
minutes
move, Elizabeth, indeed.
right there.
We move indeed. We move.
All right. Seems like,
So
well, I think we pretty much covered it. Everything. Closing statement.
closing statement. I closing statement. So as you guys know, I was in Liberia recently. I was there for a whole month, and I was in Ghana for a week. So I was in Africa for 5 weeks. Opportunities are everywhere in Liberia. The country is open and looking for people to invest. Okay, you want to start now. You want to get yourself in the realm of making an impact. I would really like you guys to think independently for yourself. Because at the end of the day, there are people who are going to come on this channel and tell you because they couldn't stand the traffic, Liberia is not a great place to invest. There are people that are going to come in and tell you because John Paul is so corrupt, they're not going to invest. Now, you have to be an independent thinker. If you see Lebanese, Indians, Chinese, Guineans making money in Liberia, who are you to say you can't? You can't. There's traffic everywhere. There's corruption everywhere. However, it really is left with you how determined you are, how you can navigate certain scenarios, certain situations, and who you network with. At the end of the day, everything in this life, as I've seen, is about networking. And some people say it's who you know, but also too who you network with. And so while the opportunities are there, while the challenges are there, I think for our country to move forward, we as Liberians have to get on the ground. We need to put more time. We need to invest. We need to stop listening to what somebody says, like negative things that somebody says, because at the end of the day, whether somebody step on somebody's foot in Liberia, they're still gonna come back and tell you, oh, that place is not good. And you gotta become an independent thinker to think for yourself, to see where you can fit in terms of helping to develop your country. And so my visit was very fruitful. I can definitely tell you some of the challenges. I can also tell you some of the opportunities and how to overcome those challenges. I can definitely show you my time. I volunteer a lot of my time to you guys, and I can help you out. I can always guide you. I have businesses in my brother. I don't even have to be there. I can turn around and sleep, and it'll still work for me because at the end of the day, it's structure, and then you just got to keep pushing and keep pushing. I digress. We move.
Hey, I don't think there's anything left to be said after that. If you ain't,
The people wondering if you white man or you were.
yeah, if white man telling you to do it and you still not doing it, you got issues.
You got issues. You better speak. I could have talked to the people.
Yeah, yeah.
Ah.
Emma telling y'all, if y'all not listening, how you say, Emma? Those who got ears to hear, gonna listen.
Do it, yeah.
I mean, it's we really just doing this for entertainment. I never thought it was something we have to like. I always thought it was like the people who know what it is are gonna be like, I'm in, like into 2 minutes.
Yeah, for
And the
sure.
people who really still aren't sure, those probably gonna be the ones that like, nah, this is not for me. So yeah, when I heard it, I was like, yeah, could use a little tweaking, but definitely that's a great idea because I much rather invest my 10,000 and see something that's complete than to be drag my project on for 2 years. At least let me sacrifice that 10,000, let it be sitting right there, and then I could see what is done. I could benefit from it because I could stay over there at a discounted rate, and then also it's making me residual income that I'm gonna put back into the business. And in 2-3 years, I mean, we're gonna be celebrating on a larger scale, especially if the community keeps up at the same pace. I mean, this is a crazy opportunity. So, I mean, we might even be talking in vain now. We might already be filled up. So, probably shouldn't keep burning hearts. But, so yeah, hopefully, mostly some Liberians on here. I don't know if I noticed somebody said it was from Guinea. Somebody was speaking some French, but I think we all Liberian people over here. So, I can get with the program. Um, so we just leading the way right here, showing you guys what's possible. Right now, we haven't started to actually show you, but if you know Emma, you know her track record, you see me over here before, you know I'm heavily invested in the community, then you know we're not here to play any kind of games, and we don't want people who's going to be playing games with us. So 20 people
Yeah.
like-minded on the same page, we're going to make this thing blow, and we'll catch you guys on the other side, and hopefully you guys could be a part of it. If you can't get in and you don't have land in the community, then that's another opportunity to jump on because you still gonna be right there with us in a very close proximity. So if you can't make it into this investment group, at least hit Emma up about getting some land because she just said it. There's only 10 acres left in that community, and we started out with 30 acres.
Yep.
About
We
30
are
acres.
at 14. We're at 14 right now.
Uh,
But that's not including like the 2 minutes walk, 2 minutes walking distance. We're already
uh,
at 14 acres. That's going to be start being cleared tomorrow. 10
right.
acres are there.
Remaining
In the
10
community.
acres remaining in that
Yeah.
community. And
Yep.
look, just
Yep.
over a short period of time. I don't even think it's been 6 months, or has it?
No.
Maybe six. It hasn't even been 6 months,
Almost.
right?
Almost.
Almost 6 months.
Almost. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just look at that, already almost done. Yeah, Charity, my brother's wife. send me a message. I guess she's watching. Maybe she can't
Okay.
text on this, so she's saying she want to get in also. So
Oh
Emma,
wow.
I think
Oh my God, it's 20.
we
We
got
always got the 20, I'm sure, but
yeah,
we
yeah.
gotta vet to give people the opportunity. Yeah.
Right, exactly. We're gonna go through the vetting process, and um, hopefully we got enough people. If not, we'll let it be known how many more people we're looking for, and by that time we'll have more solid ideas. Now, all of our numbers, um, the only thing that's straightforward is how much we're gonna spend in developing. Nobody knows the return yet. We can't calculate the return. Um, so there's a lot of different factors, but we gonna keep pushing. When that place is done, I'm gonna be pushing people to come over there and stay over there. Why? Because I'm a part owner and I want my revenue
Me too,
distribution.
me too, me too.
Right, so I'm
Me
gonna be
too.
pushing for people to stay there. I'm gonna be pushing for us to maintain a certain image, right? Like a top class, higher
Yeah,
class.
for sure, for sure. Top
Um,
class, yeah.
yeah, exactly. So we're gonna be pushing to maintain that image, and if we could pull that off, I mean, this a game changer right
We
here
we
for
will. We will. We
ten
will.
thousand dollars.
We
I
will.
mean, it's crazy. It's like take my money. Can't take my money fast enough. So yeah, that's what we just want to come out here and
That's
just reach
funny.
out to y'all. Just spread the love. Like Emma was saying, we could have done this with a way smaller group of people,
Yeah.
or maybe even reach out to investors, or I could just go out and take a loan. But we didn't want to do that. We want
Right.
to
Exactly.
form some kind of community, bring people together, and there's different benefits for doing that. Not only can we prove to ourselves and our community what can be done, but we're gonna show everybody else. Like people are gonna be like, "Have you guys heard about that Brewville group? Have you seen what they're doing?" Like people that don't even know you are gonna be talking about what we're doing right here. I guarantee it. Because if somebody else, anytime little projects like this come about, I somehow hear about it. Even though I'm here in America, it's happening in Liberia, I hear about it. Like, oh, you see that? So people are definitely gonna be talking about this, and it's just gonna open the door for more people
Yeah.
to be trying to do this. And I mean, I'm pretty sure people are gonna be lined up to try to get into more investments that we got going on past this, especially after we show them what we're gonna do with this place. So this is just the beginning. If you're fortunate enough to make it in this group, then you're very lucky. If you can't make it in the group, at least guys, buy some land, buy some property in that community. It's gonna be, you know, like something you never seen in Liberia. We're trying to, do everything. We're trying to have a gated community, security guard, street lights, no generators running. Um, we're trying to do something different over here, and that's definitely gonna be somewhere where people want to come and visit and see. And when they do come there, we think they're gonna be telling their friends and family to stay somewhere. They're gonna say, "Go back, go to that area. That area got everything you need. You by the beach." And then also adding in on what we do over here. I'm in the automotive field, so I'm just waiting for somewhere to get developed so I can start sending some cars and things of that nature. So one of the proposals in that plan is going to be for us to get, commercial vehicles, pick people up from the airport. Once you can add that service in there, I mean, it's going to take off. You picking people up from the airport, bringing them back. Then if you can add in like, you got little things for them to do during the day. You got different places to go see. Emma
Open
over
up a
there,
lot of other things
is
for
almost
people.
done. Let's say Emma Entertainment Center, the people who stay at the resort, every weekend she reserved them a certain area. That's a VIP area. There's a lot of things we could do. We could feed off each other's resources, um, and make this thing even more powerful. So, if somebody say I want palm trees, don't worry, the palm trees there they ain't going for it. Maybe your land. That's Melvin. That's my cousin. Do
That's
your land not
Melvin.
get no
Oh,
palm trees?
Melvin. Hey, Melvin. Don't worry, you're gonna.
Your land not got no palm trees. Tell him, Emma.
Oh yeah, your wait, he's on the front, right? He's at the front,
Yeah,
like when
yeah,
you walk to the ocean.
yeah. They
Yeah,
got palm
your land
trees.
ain't got no palm trees.
They ain't got no palm trees.
Only
Maybe a
one.
couple.
Only
No,
one.
only one.
Only one. Only
Hey,
one.
somebody told me it take like a 15. No, was that a pineapple tree or a palm tree take 15 years to grow or something crazy like that?
No, no, no,
How
no,
long
no,
it take?
no.
How long it take?
I don't know how long specifically, but I know the president, the current president, his wife has a foundation in Marshall. When we're going
Yeah,
to a client's house, and they were
yeah.
telling us that it was a few years, so like maybe
Right,
2 to 3 years or so.
right, right. Oh, it is.
So like they started planting it before they started building, so
Right, right, right.
it's bigger now.
Oh well, we need to plant some
Yeah.
palm trees then. This might be the right time. Somebody, more people will want
Oh,
to
somebody
join.
asked a question.
And could you add people together as hand? Yeah, man. So this when we talked about it, I mean, with the 20, that's just the perfect number. When it start going over 20, it start getting too complicated. Um,
Hmm.
so 20 is gonna be our max, but I mean, we're trying it out, man. We're gonna see how it goes, and that's gonna open up more opportunities in the future. But right now, man, it just has to be 20, and um, we have to follow the guidelines. That's the appropriate way to start. Because now, if we go changing things at the beginning, that's not a very good look moving forward. Like we say 20 now, we're like, okay, maybe we'll do 30, maybe we'll do
No.
40. Now, when we say 20, it got to be 20. So um, whoever can make it in, that's pretty much
Structure.
it for right
Hmm.
now. But get some land in the community. You know,
You still have value. Community is
yeah,
available. You are still building by value. Sorry guys, I'm yarning. You guys don't notice it because I'm still on Liberia's clock, so I'm sleepy as we speak. Um, so don't mind me.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, I mean, I think we pretty much covered everything. So we're just gonna leave off with that. I'm gonna close it out pretty good. I don't think I need to follow up with anything. I think you guys that's been on, um, you guys know what we're trying to do. I think it's pretty clear at this point. So, like I said, if you can't get in and you don't have the means of getting to the community and you just kind of watching just to keep close, then I mean, just keep doing that. Keep watching, keep close. When you get the chance, just always take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves. And something I learned about business and crypto and all those things, there's a certain window that these opportunities have. Not every opportunity, the window just stay open forever. The best
right.
opportunities have small windows where you got to take advantage. Like even just talk about that land right there, the land next door where I bought my land, it was something that the opportunity just came up and I had to take advantage. So that's the only reason I even have land right over there sitting. So I'm a testament to that. Like when I see an opportunity, um, I see it's a good
Oh yeah.
opportunity. I take
Son
advantage. I don't
definitely
let it
got on
sit
it
there.
quick.
Oh, let me think
Quick.
about it a little bit. Yeah, if you have the means and you recognize a good opportunity, then you got to take advantage of it. So for those who are able to take advantage of this, great. If you're able to take advantage of getting the community, that's great. If you're not in a position to take advantage of neither of those opportunities, just stay close, keep watching, subscribe, like, and you're gonna get another chance to take advantage. But just remember that as you move forward, these opportunities have windows that open and close.
Yes, that is a fact. And I am sleepy.
All right, so let's
And we
close
move.
it out then. Appreciate you having me on again. Always great to be on over here, talking to the community, talking to our people, talking to subscribers. If you guys have not already subscribed to Emma's channel, this is an excellent time to do that. And also share it with your family, your friends, your African American friends, whatever. Just put it out there because we each have a role to play. And I'm pretty sure nobody in here is about negativity or talking down on Liberia. There's already
No.
enough of that. We already know all the problems. So all you're doing is just sound like a broken record when you tell us. We already
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Looking for solutions. So what we're presenting to you right here is a form of a solution. So if you're part of the solution or you want to contribute to the solution, we welcome that. If you want to sound like a broken record, I'm sure there's a lot of other channels that will love to have you on there. Uh, so that's just it. And hopefully when I go back to, I can start my channel because I want to contribute too. I want to be out there and putting more eyes on it. I just get discouraged right now because I'm not in Liberia. I don't have that footage. So I feel like I'm not really in tune with it like that. But when I do go in April, I will be shooting some footage. I will be coming out here, reaching out to you guys, and just putting it out there for the world to see, and giving you guys the nitty gritty. I don't like beating around the bush. I don't like coming on here and acting like something like I'm not.
Yep.
I like telling you guys things that's gonna make you happy and sleep good at night. I'm here to ruffle
Right.
you up a little bit, make you think outside the box, straighten you up. And if you're not doing something you're supposed to, I'm here to let you know you're not doing something. You're not taking advantage. You're not doing this. So I'm not here to make you feel comfortable.
Yep.
When we in our comfort zones, we don't get nothing accomplished. I gotta ruffle you up a little bit. If you're not doing nothing, you don't got a house back home. If you're from Liberia, you don't got your house. You don't got nothing over there, and you telling other people not to go back. Then I don't know. I can't vibe with you. We don't relate. So
We don't relate at all.
yeah, we don't relate. So I would suggest you help us change the narrative, and this is a huge step in that direction. When we pull this off, this is going to be something major. I'm pretty sure Liberian TV going to be hitting up Emma again to get some interviews to see who are these investors coming together to build this and build that. And if your people or family members or friends can know that you are part of this, need I say more? You can't get better than that. Just even thinking about it, like I'm not even thinking about the money I can make. I'm thinking about that moment when we finish the whole project and look at what we've accomplished. Those are the moments that actually make me move. $10,000 is actually, it's a great investment, but I actually have a lot faster ways of flipping $10,000 than putting it into this resort style
For
with
sure.
knowing that the roads aren't finished, there's no light. So if it was just the money, I have a lot of other things to put 10 grand into that I can make more money in a faster time frame. So it's not about the money, it's about actually accomplishing this. It just so happens that the barrier for entry is so low. It's only $10,000. That's not going to get you far in America or UK. That's what Emma was just saying. It's going to be a risky investment for anybody to tell you, hey, put 10,000 in and next year you're going to make this and that. That's a risky investment. This is not a risky investment we're proposing you guys. It's a very safe investment. We just can't tell you when you'll have all your money back because we're looking for aggressive people to help us knock out projects. It's hard to put a ROI or a time frame on that, but just know that if somebody like Emma, who's running a lot of businesses, and I'm on here always talk about business, talk about money. If we're talking about something like this, we're not just, we're not wasting our time. We're not throwing our money away at the same time. We believe in the cause. We know it can work. We just need people to walk down the road with us and see it through to the very end. So that's what I just wanted to come out here and push and tell you guys and talk about. And I think, we stretch this out 2.5 hours. So Emma tired. I'm hungry. We about to close.
I'm tired because I'm still on Liberia's clock.
That's good, man. Get you some sleep now and then, man. We running 20 different businesses. Get you some sleep.
Crazy.
But yeah. See, Emma staying up, not getting her rest, so she come out here and share this with you guys. So take advantage of it if you can. Take advantage of every opportunity you can. There's gonna be a lot of them.
This idea is more expensive. It's more expensive than $10,000, by the way.
Exactly. This is like somebody mentioned it earlier. This is $1 million idea, and the only reason we didn't do this before is because we didn't have that community behind us. So I feel like we're taking advantage of Emma's platform also. Eugene, just I will put my email down here. I don't know if I can check. I'm not logged into this StreamYard. So just take Emma's email and then she can forward my email. Yeah, take Emma's. So it's a good night, Emma. Yeah, night time for Emma. But yeah, guys, I feel like we got a lot accomplished. Eugenia, sorry. Emma left her email. You can reach out to Emma and just tell her you want my contact info. She'll forward it to you because I can't type it in over here. I'm not signed in to the StreamYard app.
I'm gonna send your email to her, by the way. Just give me
okay, yeah. yeah, send it over there. And yeah, guys, this we're gonna close this out right now because we gotta jump off. But appreciate you guys tuning in with us. Like I said, if you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. Look out for my future channel that's going to be coming solely based on Liberia and Africa. So I will be putting that out also. And yeah, look to see who's gonna be in this group. What you say, Emma?
I'm trying to figure out if I sent you an email on my Zawadi M channel. Oh, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm just using Liberian Luck. Fine. Anybody want to reach out to me? I'm liberianluck@gmail.com. Liberian.
Yeah, I'm sending your email to you right now.
Liberianluck@gmail.com. That's my email that I'm using. If you guys want to reach out to me, if you guys got inquiry about any lands or things like that you're trying to acquire, then reach out to Emma instead. And yep, once Emma's done, we can close this thing out. Appreciate everybody for being on with us. I can't see how many people are here with us. I see the comments. Okay, and it looked like we knocked all the questions out. So Eugenia said you don't think she's serious.
I'm sending you her email to you.
Yeah, she said Emma don't think I'm serious. Who is Eugenia? Do I know Eugenia?
I don't know. Maybe you
yeah, you in the group. Eugenia, you in the group with us? You in the Brewerville community?
She's not.
Oh, so how we supposed to know you serious? You're not in the community.
So I just sent you her. I sent Stefan's email to you. You can email him.
Yeah. You gotta be in the community first, Eugenia. Once you get in the community, then we'd be like, Eugenia. What's success, sir?
She's always telling me to sleep, but she said, yes, please hit the like button. Yes, thank you.
Like, subscribe,
all right, guys, take care.
Catch you later. All right, Emma, we out of here. I'm about to shut down. Catch you guys later. Next talk.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Yeah, that we move. We're high speed. We move.